should be live.
Sweet. Woo. Okay, so hi everyone, welcome back.
Hello.
I'm just gonna first of all, any questions for me before we get started?
Nope.
All right then, perfect. I am just gonna jump right in. Last week when we left, you guys were reunited with Xavier in a very odd turn of circumstance. I wouldn't say unfortunate because that's still kind of on the table.
Hello.
It's certainly fortunate to have your friend back, though, so that's a good thing. You were dealing with the aftermath of Hart being kidnapped and Cyber 6 being absconded with, and trying to figure out how to contact Cyber 4 without getting 3x1011 in trouble. Turned out to be a bit of a moot point anyway, because 3x1011 was... yeah, I suppose getting pushed out a window would still be considered assassinated.
Yeah,
still be considered that.
If it wasn't accidental. Yep.
Yeah.
Still murder.
You got to your ship. You made contact with the Corsairs to see what resources you had at your disposal. You had a very interesting conversation with Cyber 4 himself, where he was basically of the opinion of you need to behave like the good little monkeys that you are, or very, very bad things will happen to your friends. Probably did not get the response he was expecting.
Yeah.
And
we told him if anything happens to our friend, we're not curing him. So fuck him.
Yeah.
You can play the threatening game.
He issued a general warrant for your arrest. In a very dramatic manner. And you guys were formulating plans. There are many different kinds of plans, but I believe the all kind of include a way of trying to develop a cure, possibly getting back to Zeberon, re-gearing, reassessing, and trying to get back without too much time passing via nifty time travel. However, in order for any of these plans to really take effect, the first things first, you have to get off of this panel, off of this city, off of this flight pad. Unfortunately, due to a not so great read sensory check by Xavier, who was understandably distracted in a ship, in a new cockpit, by the way. I gotta imagine Xavier's still not used to this new layout.
It switched over like that like a month before I took my hiatus.
Okay, that's true. So,
and then Xavier was still NPC for a while even after that. So, sure, it's still new, but I mean, what kind of pilot worth his salt is going to be shaken by a few new bips and boobles, eh?
That is true. Oh, by the way, Inferno, mark this down somewhere if you need to. Anna, you as well. Because of your ship's new interior, in the sense that it is a disconnected pocket plane and you don't experience the inertia of the moving ship itself, any complex piloting checks that you have to make can actually are 5% easier because you aren't shifting with the inertia of the ship.
Okay.
Which
so
makes the job a little bit easier.
Bonus in piloting the second chance. Okay.
Correct.
All right. I'll put that somewhere.
However, as you guys were making your plans, you realized that you have two smaller ships bearing down on you, very, very close to you. In fact, probably at this point within about 500 feet or so. The good news is Xavier had the foresight to be warming up the ship as plans were being made. In fact, I believe that was the first thing you started doing.
Bingo.
And your ship is pretty much ready to lift off and do what you need it to. However, it is clear, and we're going to start by rolling initiatives. These two ships are coming in. It's obvious from your sensors that their weapons are hot, and they are not looking very friendly.
Okay.
So, here's
roll
what
initiative.
we're going to do. Indeed, if everyone could roll initiative for me. For those of you, it has been quite some time since we've been in space combat, and in fact, I believe Anna and Kid, I don't think you guys have ever actually been in a ship fight yet. Yeah, I think this is going to be a new experience for you. So, I don't know, and I don't assume that you guys have had too much time to take a look at my custom rules. We'll just go. That is more than fine. we will play most of it by ear. Basically, I will let you guys know right now. You have a couple options. There is the pilot, of course, which can be either Xavier or Anna. Both of you are skilled. There are 2 turrets in the ship that can be fired. If you have heavy weapons proficiency, that is a boon to such things, but they can be fired even without it. And then there is a position called tactical, which you don't technically need any skills in, but if you have, say, computer hacking or computer operation, that helps. The idea for tactical is they can do things that the pilot is too busy to do, i.e. transfer shields to other areas, lock onto targets, hack their systems through cyber warfare, all kinds of neat little things like that. You guys are welcome to, and I will say that as the ship is lifting off, it would take an action or 2, depending on where you're going, to get to where you want to be. But you are welcome to go anywhere you would like.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming the tactical position will be done in that little captain's chair right there, right?
Hang on, let me flip over to the ship. I am somewhere else at the moment. Yes, it would either be there.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, that would make the most sense. Yes.
Okay, so obviously one of the chairs in the front is for the pilot. I'm assuming the other one is for the co-pilot, right?
Correct.
Now, from my understanding, reading the custom rules, the pilot actually flies the ship, right? And they can
Mhm.
dodge and juke around, and they can also fire the forward-facing weapons. And if no one's in the tactical positions, they have the option to fire missiles. So either the cannons or missiles. You can't fire
Right.
both because you're piloting the ship.
Mhm.
Now, out of curiosity, if there was a co-pilot, and if the pilot's just focusing on pilot, and they focus on firing the forward-facing weapons, that might give Anna something to do if she doesn't want to take, if someone else takes a tactical slot.
Absolutely. That is 100% possible. I would say that realistically thinking here, I could say there are 2 options there. She could do that. Or if for whatever reason you can't or don't want to use the weapons, I imagine a co-pilot would also be beneficial in other ways, i.e. perhaps while one person is concentrating on the actual flying, the other one could be charting an optimal
Well,
course or
j-
something of that nature that might help.
just like in actual airplanes, and when
Mhm.
it happens to very complicated maneuvers, a pilot could do it by themselves, but
Mhm.
there's a reason why they have a pilot and a co-pilot to assist. For example, landing maneuvers is actually very complicated and very stressful, which involves both of them like doing something, right? One doesn't just sit on by while the captain does everything else, right? There's
Mhm.
100 different checks and balances. So I'm 100% behind that. Having a pilot and a co-pilot, I think, even just flying the ship in a combat situation is better than no pilot. I mean, just one.
I would agree with that. Sure, I agree with that completely. So,
Yay.
let's go ahead and roll initiatives. Then we'll figure out what you guys would like to do. And then
Okay.
let me just copy this.
I have to get to our 3 Galaxies
And
initiative
and while we're doing that,
and
I
put in
can
a whole
describe
2
a few
next to my
things for you
freaking
guys.
name.
Right now, a couple of things, just so you guys know. I'm going to move you over to another map. You are currently in within one of the panels, obviously. You are about an hour's flight at top speed from the edge of the panel. You didn't go all the way to the center, thank God. You're actually towards the edge, about an hour from getting outside of the panel. You are technically in an atmosphere. It's an atmosphere of mostly helium and oxygen and other trace elements. There is plenty of empty space. Like you can see in this picture, there is city below you, there is city above you, and there's plenty of empty space in between.
Uh-huh.
And the ships that are bearing down on you look like small fighters, perhaps room for a crew of 2 or perhaps 3 at most. They definitely seem smaller than your ship, but they do seem heavily armed and very sleek. Xavier, Anna, Lucas, Kid and Isaac to a degree, I think that in your experience, you can tell the differences between civilian ships, military ships, and the like.
Yeah, the military ones have fucking weapons on them.
Yes, these definitely fall into the latter. So
I'm sorry. That's a very Xavier answer to GM God. I couldn't help myself.
But it is true. All right, so 11.5. All right. I will say as well that your sensors can tell you general information about your targets. If you have someone in tactical, they can tell you much more detailed information, i.e. a successful check in tactical could tell you even what kind of weapons they have, what their capabilities are, what their speed is, etc. But that does take dedicated effort to find out, obviously. Give me a second here.
What kind of check would it be?
It would be either a it depends. You could use a plethora of skills, but for something basic like that, computer operations would work. If you have weapon systems, if you had read sensory equipment, if you have hacking, all of these can be used and would tell you more or less depending on how specialized the skill is.
Okay, because I'm interested in the tactical position. If we're doing the pilot and co-pilot idea, I just really have computer operation.
That's fine. That still can grant you quite a lot of benefits. You can roll your computer operation once per action to determine something very specific, i.e. how many shields does it have, what kind of weapon systems, how fast is it, that kind of thing.
Right.
You can also choose a target to kind of lock sensors onto, which gives everyone else a bonus to hit it. All of that is usable through computer operations.
Okay, cool. The main reason why I'm interested in the tactical position is because I, as a player, am kind of interested in doing the whole shield thing, but I also have no proficiency in any kind of big guns, so I've always felt that the turrets were not the place for me.
Perfectly understandable.
Yeah.
Sure,
Kid?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I keep muting myself, sorry. I was wondering, I have specialty in heavy energy weapons. Does that count as well, or does it have to be like...
That would.
Yes. No. I count heavy as heavy. The idea being that heavy weapons covers anything from big rocket launchers to like
Something
turrets.
that manipulates on a turret. Like
Exactly.
if you had a turret on an ATV or a turret in a spaceship.
So what you would do is you would treat it the same way. You'd look at your bonuses and whether you're firing aimed or burst, which I believe your turrets are mostly aimed. You would add that. So you would add your heavy weapons for proficiency. You would add 2 if you know how to pilot this vessel, which I don't think it does.
Nope.
And you would do you have the weapons system skill?
I don't believe I do.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So you'd get to add your proficiency bonuses to the turret, and that means you can also make aim shots. And if you have Isaac and tactical helping you out, you might get other bonuses as well. So yeah, you're a good fit having that proficiency.
Is Dolores super quiet for anyone else?
No, she is.
Not so much for me.
I have her volume turned up on Discord.
Oh
real
yeah,
high.
same here.
She's at plus 200%.
Oh, let me...
Do you want to turn up? You're turning up your volume.
Yes.
There we go.
There you go.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. Hooray!
Dang.
All right. Lucas, where would you like to go, sir? If anywhere.
Either to the turret or the bathroom, one of the two.
I understand. Oh,
Look at him.
gosh,
Wait, which bathroom?
yeah. By the way, Xavier, when you're not fighting for your life, you should take a trip to the up floors loo.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. One thing at a time, God.
Let's just say we have a portal to the plane of water.
Oh my God! Let me find out for myself. Let's just say this is exactly what it is. Oh, okay.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Anywho.
So we'll say Kid, Lucas, you guys are going. There's an upper turret, there's a bottom turret. Generally speaking, it doesn't matter too much unless obviously if something's above you or below you. But you're more than welcome to take either. The turrets on your ship are fairly simple. You have 2 barrels. You can fire one to do 2d6 times 10, or you can fire both of them to do 4d6 times 10. There's really no difference either way. It's just how much damage do you want to do? Make sense?
Yes.
Perfecto. All right. So everyone's rolled
So
initiative.
is Miss Anna going to co-pilot, or do you want to be the pilot and Xavier will be the co-pilot? Because Anna can definitely step in and be like, listen, guy who's disappeared for 6 months, I've been piloting this ship. You follow my lead. I'm fine with that.
I don't know. I'm down for. What was the role of the co-pilot again? I was trying to multitask and it didn't work mentally.
You would be
You can-
helping
you can
either.
help fly the ship or fire pew pew cannons.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
want to fire pew pew.
All right.
Okay. Then
And if I want to fire pew pew cannons, you can pilot the ship.
Okay.
and honestly, you guys can just switch back and forth. You can just decide, all right, she's flying this time, I'm firing this time. That would work just fine.
Okay.
Okay. So
one last thing I want to ask, because I'm
Mhm.
at our ship, I'm looking at the additional systems. I want to know if anything's changed since I've been gone.
sure.
Do we still have that cloaking device?
Well,
But
yes.
The
the
cloaking device is not. It's not like a I'm invisible type of cloaking device.
I know it reduces the range to be detected from 2,000 miles to 500 miles. I know.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only
So we
things
still have
you
that.
don't have right. The only things that you
Yeah.
don't have anymore is you don't have the secondary engines powered by the gym, because the gym now powers the pocket dimension inside your ship.
Okay. How about the emergency overload?
No, that was a one-time feature Heart installed that you guys used when chasing.
Okay,
Vector.
so let's delete that
Mhm.
so we don't confuse. Okay, I'll let Burn do it.
Which turned out to be quite handy for you guys.
Sure. Okay. Well, we have a goal.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, get fucking 500
Yeah.
miles away from these fuckers, or to the Nexus point, I guess you could say, so we could do an emergency time jump, or shoot them down. But I don't know. If my experiences at Flotilla yesterday show anything, it's when it's 2 ships versus 1, that one is at a big disadvantage.
I will say also that Indigo would point out if no one else would if none of the other NPCs would, you would have to get outside the panel before they could open up a temporal gate.
Panel?
There'd be outside the
Dyson sphere?
Exactly, outside of the Dyson sphere because they wouldn't be able to open up a temporal gate within
Of
that
course,
structure.
right in the middle of a fucking city. Sure. Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to clear some distance. We're gonna have to put the pedal to the metal. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's rock and roll. Party time.
Okay. All right. Have they been sorted? No.
Oh, no.
Yes. No.
Speed. Mach. Okay, are we technically in an atmosphere or in
Yes.
space?
No, you're technically in an atmosphere. The whole inside of
Stupid
the structure.
atmosphere. Stupid helium.
Though I will say this, Xavier and Anna both. While you don't know yet what these ships are capable of, you do know that the second chance is extremely fast for almost every ship you've met. So,
Yeah.
given
That's how we got our little sidewinder.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I would say that looking at the stats, at least in the atmosphere, Sidewinder's almost faster than any other ship you've seen.
Mhm.
So,
Whoever's editing Xavier's initiative, can you click enter or something so that I can sort?
that was not me.
Thank you.
See?
Sorry, that was me.
Why were you touching my initiative? Bad kid.
I was trying to edit mine, but then it turned into yours, and I was sorry.
There you go.
It's okay. I don't care. I'm teasing you. Oh, Xavier, how I missed you only having 4 attacks. At being
Okay.
such a high level, you stupid Stupid idiot. I
So-
love it.
Here's what we're gonna do to simplify things from saying like, oh, you have to get to your station or not. We'll say everyone has time to get where they're going as the ship takes off, and when we start, the ships are behind you, only about 200 feet behind you. It looks like they
100
are
feet?
200 feet. Yeah,
Oh, whoa, okay.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
fine
yeah.
then.
yeah, I know. Well, it looks like they are trying to stay behind you.
Mhm.
And we're gonna start this with Isaac, where that's where we are. All right, Isaac, your turn.
All right, I would like to use my turn at the that place that I determined before. I can't remember the name. I'd like to use
Tactical.
a computer operation check.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll. No penalties.
I got 26 out of 79.
All right. What would you like to do?
I'd like to know the information of their weapons.
Okay. Sure. Give me a second. I will shoot them over to you. So you start punching their data, and oh, hang on. Why is this not loading? That's fine. Here we go. Sorry, Google Docs just decided to freeze on me for a second. Sure. Let me just paste those over to you, sir.
Thank you.
Where are you? I'm gonna put it in your Skype
Okay.
so that I'm not clogging up everything. There you go. But short end of the story is they have particle beam cannons that can do up to 4d6 times 10 when fired simultaneously, and they have something called a recessed belly multi-launcher, which basically has tons of missiles, short-ranged.
Good. Range 3
Mhm.
miles.
Mm-hmm.
48 of them. Good.
All right. That is your turn. I assume you share this information.
Yes, I do. I absolutely do.
To himself. This will just cause a panic.
All right. Interceptor A, we're just going to let me give this one like a little, we'll say red is A, just to keep things nice and simple. Blue is B. Actually, you can't see blue in that map. Let me choose something more like purple. There. Interceptor A, speak of the devil, actually backs off. So he slows down a little bit to just a few hundred feet out and launches a volley. Launches a volley of 12 missiles at the rear of your ship.
Okay. Oh no, missiles can't really be dodged all that well.
Not
They
that
can be
well. But
shot
they can
down.
be
We'll
shot
have to try
down.
to shoot-
and-
Yeah, oh yeah, they can
yeah,
be shot
yeah.
down. But not by the forward-facing cannon.
No,
hint,
not
hint,
at the
hint,
moment.
hint, hint, hint,
Kid would like to take over a turret, maybe.
Sure. We say both you and Lucas are at a turret.
good,
You guys, you guys can use basically a simultaneous attack to try and shoot the missiles.
Yes, please.
Basically, here's what happens: you try and shoot one of them. If you hit it and you destroy it, there is a chance that it will, a 45% chance that it will blow up and destroy full volley.
Oh, missile rules. We haven't played with them in such a while. I miss you.
I
They're fun.
know.
I like missile rules.
All right, so let's go with Kid first. Take your shot, please. It has to be an aim shot, a called shot, basically.
We can't do anything else, Squee.
I know. Well, no. What I'm saying is it's a called shot because it's not like you're just shooting at a major target. You're trying to hit a pinpoint missile, so you have to get 12. No penalties other than just you have to get a 12, I believe.
Right. And I use my strike bonus, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Did
Okay.
it.
Well done. You hit a missile. With that turret, there's no question if it's enough damage to hit it or to destroy it or not. It is most certainly enough damage to destroy it. So the only question is, does it blow up the whole volley? And if we get 45 or below, then yes. No. So one of the 12 missiles has been destroyed, but it doesn't detonate. Lucas, would you like to try as well?
Yeah. Then 20 plus. Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely a hit too. And that does detonate. So you both hit a missile, the missiles detonate, and the entire volley explodes. It is close enough, given their range, that it washes over the ship with a bit of a shockwave, but not enough to do any damage.
Yay, teamwork.
Yay.
So that's that. Okay. Kid, your turn now.
You said one of them backed off, or?
Yeah, by only by a few hundred feet. Basically, it wanted to fire missiles at you without hurting itself in the process. So it's probably about 400 feet behind you now.
Okay, and what's the range of the turrets?
Oh, I believe your turrets are like over a mile in the atmosphere. Hang on,
Oh.
I'll find out for you right now. Give me just 1 second.
Sorry, my internet disconnected on us. Did you shoot down the missiles, or are we done?
Yes, their second shot got the volley.
Great, thank you.
Let me jump down to your ship right here. Your turrets have an effective range of 1 to 3 miles, so 1.5 miles.
Okay, so this is like plenty in range.
Oh gosh, yes, absolutely.
All right, so then Kid's gonna fire at that one.
Okay, got it. The one that just fired missiles at you.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay. That's definitely enough to hit, even with the penalties that are imposed upon you. By the way, I should remind you, I should let you know, they are a -4 to hit because of their piloting skill. That's still, you did more than enough to hit it. So, roll damage for me, please. I'm assuming you're unloading both barrels?
Yes, how much?
4d6 times 10.
Jesus, okay.
These are ships.
Base combat.
Whoa.
Don't know what that was, but that's
180.
180.
All right.
800, yes. God,
All right, so it impacts its shields, and obviously dissipates some of the shields. The shields are still active.
Boo.
Okay, that's your turn, Lucas.
So, is this a kind of like a bubble shield that they got?
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's because there's two types. Yeah, it doesn't look like variable. It definitely looks like it's just a bubble shield.
Can I hold my turn? I want to say indefinitely for just defensive maneuvers for rockets.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You just want to do called shots against missiles to keep them from hitting you? Sure, absolutely. I'll basically say, anytime that I launch missiles, you'll have that opportunity.
Cool.
Okay. So Lucas is holding Interceptor B. Speak of the devil, firing another volley of 12 short-range missiles at you.
I'll go since you're taking turn, you might want to have those later. And let's see how I do. Well,
that is enough to hit. All right. Give me a second. That is more than enough to blow up the volley. So that is both their volleys thwarted. Okay. And that's another one of your actions. Got it. You already got that. Good. Okay. Anna, your turn. A couple of things you can do here, Anna, if you're piloting. First and foremost, I need to know this. Actually, I should have known this in the first place. What's your piloting skill total?
With the bonus?
Yes.
98 now.
Okay. So for every 10% over 50, it makes the ship harder to hit by 4. So they have a -4 to hit the ship, which is good. That's good. And that's just like a passive. That's just your piloting skills. Now, firing weapons isn't really something you can do in this particular position. You can attempt to maneuver the ship in a certain way you'd like, or you can take evasive maneuvers, which is you roll your piloting check -25. And if you succeed, it's another -3 to hit you, but it's also a -3 for people on your ship to hit them. Basically, it's you juking and jiving in unpredictable ways.
Let's just start with trying to get the fuck out of here.
Agreed.
Got it.
Agreed.
So you want to gun it?
Yes.
All right. Your ship has a fabulous engine in it that allows you to get to max speed within 30 seconds, which would be 2 melee rounds. So what we can say is you're starting to pick up the pace, and in 2 melee rounds, you will be charging ahead at Mach 6. Plenty of room to do it where you are. You'd have to rise up above the buildings, of course, but I assume that was already a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But so in 2 melee rounds, you'll be rocking ahead at Mach 6 until you get to space where that can increase even further. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Xavier.
So Xavier is going to suggest to Anna that while we're gearing up and accelerating, they're less likely to hit us if A, they can't see us, and B, if we're using one of the tall buildings around us as cover or a way to block their shots. So instead of firing a cannon or doing any sort of offensive action, I'd also maybe like to do a piloting check and see if we can't maneuver the ship, perhaps an even tight maneuver, to course in between buildings or behind a particularly large one, and kind of for at least a few seconds break line of sight from these bastards.
I'm done for
Okay,
that.
my co-pilot, my fellow pilot, co means like additional pilot. My co-pilot agrees.
We don't need to
Okay.
go on the explanation right now.
Yeah.
All right. So were you taking your action just to convey, or do you want to?
I want to do it. I want to do it.
Sure. Okay, by all means.
Yeah.
So you want to get down closer to the buildings and try and break line of sight.
Yep. Leave
right.
in between them. I don't know if you want to make that us doing evasive maneuvers. I don't know if you want to do a piloting check to see how effective.
Yeah,
Tell me what to do.
I would say that would require a piloting check because now you have obstacles, which is kind of your intent.
Okay.
So Xavier, roll me a piloting check. You know what? I'm not going to give a penalty. I'm just going to see how well you succeed by.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, my piloting skill is 97. Oh my god! Well, at least I didn't fail. I got right on the money.
Yeah, you did.
We're
so
on the money.
You're able to lower the ship down towards below the tops of the highest skyscrapers.
Mm-hmm.
However, while you are successful in doing this, you quickly realize that you're going to have to maintain a slower pace, or it's going to be very difficult. Like doing this at Mach 6 is going to be almost suicidal. But you are able to do it. You don't hit any of the buildings. It was like a close call there, but you buzzed the tower, but that was it.
Yeah. Is it okay if I just make a quick free remark?
Sure.
Oh, this wasn't what I was used to. How many actions did that take? Just one action?
Yeah, just one action.
Okay. I X'd out the interceptors and initiative. Shit. Well, it's above Anna and below Lucas, so
it was 5.
It was 5. Okay. All right. Great.
Okay. We're back up to Isaac, sir.
All right. I would like to spend my turn removing the front shields, dropping that to 0, and redistributing the shield amounts around the ship. I want the backside behind us, where the interceptors are, to be 300, and the rest to be 250.
Got it. Understood.
That is my turn. Or 225. That's the one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, 225 except for the back, which is 300, and the front, which has none at the moment.
Yes.
Understood. Okay. Thank you, sir. Interceptor A. That didn't go so well last time. But he's going to try at least one more time. They can't hit all the missiles, he thinks to himself. Another group of 12 short-range missiles are coming towards the back of the ship. Anyone taking simultaneous attacks?
Me. I do.
Okay, so
Yes.
yeah. All right, you hit it. No, it detonates one of them, but 11 are still charging towards the ship. Kid, do you want to take another action?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I volunteered before, but I was muted.
It's
Like a
fine.
fool. No.
That is a miss, unfortunately,
Fuck.
as they are very difficult targets to hit. So
Fuck.
that means
This is gonna
11
hurt.
misses. Hang on a second. So that is 22d4 times 10.
Oof.
Because it's 2d4 times 10 per missile.
That's destroying our shields. I can tell you that much. 540.
That is 440. Now, here's the good part. A rule that was implemented a very long time ago at the start of the campaign. It blows out your shields, but it does not carry damage over. Things like a railgun.
Yeah. I thought that was a stupid rule, but now I like it.
The idea being that
Very
since the missiles are
consistent.
the missiles are hitting all at once, that the shield, them impacting against the shield blows them all up. Now, it is important to note that a laser or railgun does carry damage over because that is pelting, if that makes sense. They're not all hitting at the same time.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever,
But-
your rules, yeah.
But missiles, yeah. So your 300 in the back shields are gone, but no damage to the ship as of yet. And that is its turn. Kid, you have 4 actions left.
Oh. It was the same person that shot at us, right?
Correct.
Kid's gonna keep shooting at them.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll actually hit this time. That'd be nice.
That's definitely a hit, even with its -4. So please do damage. 4d6 times 10.
That'd be
Okay.
100.
So 100 to it. Impacts the shields again. Still looks like it's got some decent shields on it.
Oh, fuck them.
Well, if you ask nicely, maybe. And Lucas, your turn.
I still would like to be on defense at this point.
Got it. All right. Interceptor B. Interceptor B is now going to it's actually going to fire its forward-facing lasers, a called shot going for your engines. So
Now, is he going to get a penalty to hit because of the evasive maneuvers, or no?
You didn't technically make evasive maneuvers. You were just trying to get down lower into the buildings for
Oh,
right now.
okay. All right.
But that is true. Hang on a second. Let me think for a second. Because the whole point of that was to try and make it harder, and you did succeed.
Yeah.
So yes, I wouldn't say the same as just straight up evasive maneuvers, because that would have a -25 penalty to it. But yeah, I'm going to take a subtract 1 from him because he has to be extra careful not to hit buildings.
I'll take it.
Okay,
Also,
I
Mhm.
I didn't catch this before, but Squee, if you would, when they fire the missiles, make sure you roll for that.
Yeah,
oh god,
because you didn't roll for that.
Wow,
I don't think you
I'm
rolled
sorry.
either time, or any of the
Tell
times.
you
You
what,
didn't
hang on,
roll
hang
to
on.
hit the missiles?
No, I didn't. I don't know why. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and do that for the missiles that hit, because that's not fair. If that didn't.
If it
do-
missed,
so,
yeah.
Exactly. So, no, that would have hit at this range. So my apologies. I don't know how I spaced that, but I did. Okay.
Mistakes happen, it's all good.
So it is it's +6 -4 for piloting skill, +/-5. Okay, so it only has a +1 to hit and is trying to hit a 12 or higher. It hits, barely hits, so it does 4d6 times 10 to your engines. Let me do it this way because I don't have a macro for that many. All right, so 130 points of mega damage to your engines.
Okay.
I believe you have 400, right?
Yes, we have 400.
Okay. All right, so that's its turn. Anna.
So now's a good time for the invasive maneuvers?
Sure.
Yes, actually, is it possible for Anna and I to do a simultaneous action together?
I was absolutely going to say, if you want to do evasive maneuvers within the buildings, here's what I will say. It'll make the check a little harder unless you both spend your actions on it, but it will make the evasive maneuvers more potent. Go ahead.
Mackenzie, I honestly don't think we're going to be able to outrun these guys in time. I think
You cut out.
on cutting in and out and in between and just pulling out some fantastic shit. So I'm willing to do a piloting check with you if you're cool with that.
Yep.
All right. So Squee, yeah, we'll both do piloting checks to be as tight and as exact as we can in these evasive maneuvers.
Perfect. Both roll me a piloting check at a 25 penalty.
25 penalty?
Mm-hmm.
She got a legendary success.
Oh my god! And
Okay.
I succeeded by 50.
So how
Well, I
about
rolled-
something
I rolled a 2.
special happens?
Oh my god!
Holy shit! Good job, Anna.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled a
Jesus
2, but
fucking
still,
Christ.
great job, Anna.
I am so glad I did not disturb my
If
neighbors with
something
like,
special does not happen, I am flipping my fucking table.
Oh boy!
I almost
All
flipped
right,
my
we're
chair.
superstars.
All right. All right. So here's what happens. Oh my god! A 1 and a 2. You both, for whatever reason, maybe it's the moment, maybe it's fate, whatever it is, you two sync perfectly. And given the perfect synchronization, and given the fact that you aren't technically on the ship, so you aren't suffering the stresses or g-forces of that ship, you use this advantage to pull a turn that would normally cause people to black out due to g-forces and causes stress among the frame of the ship. But you trust the old girl and that she can take it, and you pull a maneuver that almost 180s the ship under a bridge on the highway and causes your pursuers, who at these speeds, 400 and 200 feet is not a lot, they actually attempt to follow you, clip each other, and ram into buildings.
Holy shit!
Virtual high five that.
Yes. Once we're done with this, I'm a huggy bearing Anna, without a doubt.
Holy shit,
1
guys.
and a 2.
That is what I call synchronization. Well done, team.
Fuck yeah.
And I will say this, Isaac, you see this. The ships do not explode. They crash into buildings and are grounded, which means that they can't move or follow you. But the amount of shielding they had allowed them to survive that crash, which means that these would have been pretty difficult to take out.
Sure.
If you didn't,
Goody.
kick their asses another way.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, I love this.
Wow.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's suspend combat for now.
Okay.
That went a lot faster than I was expecting.
Well, that's what natural ones would do for you.
I know. A natural 1 and a natural 2. I mean, that is
Yeah.
that is as close as you can get to natural 1s on 2 rolls in a row.
That-
Yes.
Yeah. That's the second closest, yeah.
I'd like to
So-
say that I'll redistribute the shields now.
And I'm going to say, just for now, a little bit of flavor, maybe later, but for months after this, the pilots of those ships would tell the tales of the organic pilots that pulled an impossible maneuver. And word would spread among the cyber collective that pilots among the organics must be a level above what they are.
Good.
Fuck yeah.
All right. So, with that said, you guys are out of combat for now. And you are quickly able to, if you move above the tops of the buildings, gun it up to Mach 6, which you find, Isaac, you're still at tactical. You find that there are other ships. This was an advanced force. There are other ships coming after you, but the highest level you seem to see at their fastest is Mach 5. You're going Mach 6, which means that their ships are fast. Yours is a little faster. And now that you're at full speed, they aren't catching you unless they got something like some way of stopping you.
Mm-hmm. Every
Yeah.
second that passes, we're just gaining on them. Got ya.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're opening up the
I guess we're
distance more and
losing
more.
them technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll relay this to everybody else.
So I know we're not completely out of the woods yet, but Xavier's gonna just turn over towards Anna and he's gonna say, "Listen, no matter where this ship goes, you and I are sitting in these chairs from now on. That was insane. I barely had to say anything. I didn't think we were gonna pull it off. I thought we were just gonna dip underneath the bridge, but before I know it, we're flipping completely over. Holy shit!"
Yeah? Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Okay. We'll let the adrenaline wear off and everything else sink in later. We got a freaking hole to catch.
True. Yep. Right.
Oh my God, Pacific Rim! We're Pacific Rim right now.
Two minds work as one.
I
Kid?
just watched that movie the other day too.
I need to watch it.
Over
man.
the comms, you just hear kids shout, "Do it again!"
Anna's gonna get on. Anna's gonna get the comms that goes, "This is why you're not allowed to press buttons."
Do it again.
Isaac, give me a second. Since you were in tactical and you were doing this, I'm going to go ahead and give you the full info about these ships in case you ever need it for future reference.
Okay.
All right.
I will add it to our database.
All right.
Holy
don't-
shit! Oh shit, I wasn't muted, sorry.
Oh shit, you weren't. That's okay. Maybe they were
I
tough.
don't think anyone suspected you should have been.
Yeah. So those were military fighters.
These are
Outflying them
fucking
was definitely
interceptors too.
a good call. Yeah.
Don't fuck with people from the black market, jeez.
Just don't fuck with people.
You've outrun your
That's
share
right.
of interceptors.
You know, don't fuck with people unless you can outrun them is pretty much Xavier's motto. It's also, I can run faster scared than you can angry. Okay.
All right. So I'll say that for the moment, you guys are out of danger. You are heading out of the panel. And I'm assuming once you get free and clear, you want to open up a rift. That is still the plan?
Yes. Let's get out of this horrible, horrible place until we come back with a stronger hand, so to speak.
All right. Gotcha. As you are leaving, because it takes about an hour. So it's a very, very tense hour where you are flying for that opening and you see ships pop up on your radar, but they just can't catch you when you're going max speed. But there's always this constant tension of, is there something else that's going to get us? Maybe they'll have a blockade, but it's almost like the size is working against them now. Their outer hangar hole, porthole, whatever you want to call it, is huge, and you can pick a spot that just there's no way, there's not enough ships in the world to make a blockade for a gap that big.
Sure.
So you make your way towards the entrance, and when you are getting close, you're about 10 minutes away, and you're starting to gear up to get the AAG to get Admiral Hagen on the horn. You start receiving a transmission on your radio, a hailing.
From where?
The signal is coming from somewhere below and behind you in the city. But I will note, up until this point, there has been no communication equipment capable of contacting you over your radio waves. Everything here uses X-rays.
Okay. Xavier will ask, well, do we answer or do we ignore them? It's coming from the planet. What's really strange is it's not one of these crazy X-ray things, so my curiosity makes me want to push this button.
Treat it
As
like Go.
Lucas bolts into the room. Okay, I think I heard something about a call. I love talking to people, but yeah, if it's that douchebag 4 dude and he wants to negotiate, just see if it's him, and then like hang up if it's him. Just I think that's
Okay.
possible.
Treat it like
Yeah.
an answering machine.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And Xavier will turn on the comms and accept the hail.
You hear Anna and Lucas, a fairly recognizable voice. This is 2X103. Please tell me you're getting this.
Yes.
It is the female voice of 3X1011's wife.
Yes.
Oh, good, this works. I'm sorry, our technology is not. We're not designed for this, but, well. I'm sorry. I can see that you are escaping.
Yep.
But your friends, they still have them. I want to first let you know that the rebels, we don't have your friends.
Who does?
Whoa, wait.
I don't think we have time to do that.
Wait. She just said the rebels. We.
Yep, I caught it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man, these
Am I assuming that Cyber 4 is not with the rebels? He's acting on his own.
Well, I will say this: the Cyber 4 is one of the ancients. He'd be the government, if anything.
No, sorry. Xavier's saying that.
he's
to
asking that.
Oh, got it. Sorry, my apologies. I'm exposing myself.
That's okay. That's all right. My voice. Oh, I don't have much of a character voice for Xavier other than my own. So, I mean, it's just me with the smartass dialed to 11 is pretty much Xavier. So I understand you not understanding.
All right, so Xavier asks that.
Yes. Does she respond, Squee?
Oh, were you asking that over the radio?
Yes!
I thought you were
Over the radio to her!
No, I was working on a series of blinks, and maybe she understood Morse code. Of course,
yes,
I
I
asked
do.
that over the radio.
Yeah, she says. She responds, "No, of course not. He's one of the elders. We're fighting against them. Me and my husband, we're leading this cell. We're lucky that your radios work this way. A long time ago, we started experimenting with radio waves as transmissions because they can't pick that up."
I don't know, says Xavier. 3x1011, we got a hold of Cyber 4 using your husband's code. Your group, your rebellious group, and Cyber 4 seem very, very close in that. Why should we believe anything that you say?
There is a pause, and it goes, "But I don't. Why? What makes you think that Cyber 4 is affiliated with the rebels?"
Because we know nothing about you guys.
That's a
How
fair
many
point.
factions are there against your legitimate government? 3,
Well-
5, 8?
Just one organized one, and we're not incredibly strong. Most don't question the will of the elder robots. I'm sorry, the elder cybers. But most haven't seen what I've seen, or my husband saw.
So, what did he see? Lucas says in the background.
God. If my adrenaline wasn't racing, I would throttle Lucas. I would just choke him like Homer does to Bart. Oh, you little.
I've gotten used to this. It's the shrug you get from Anna.
Sorry. 2x103 says, I can't say exactly over this, as secure as I fear this may or may not be, but it involves us, how we're made. It involves our creators from so long ago and what the elders are hiding from us, all of us.
Xavier will say, if you're not with Cyber 4 and you mean no harm to our friend Cyber 6 or Heart, I'm going to tell you this. We are going to return. And when we return, we're going to be in a much different circumstances as when we left. If you really wish for the best of your race and our friends, if you really want to display that you have nothing to do with that maniacal Cyber 4, then when we return, stand with us. It is your best chance.
I think you just need to look outside to see what organics can do.
There's like a pause. Yes, we're getting reports of that now. That is remarkable. How long will you be gone? We don't have your friends. We're trying to find them, but
I'm
how
sorry,
long will
giving
be
you an
gone?
actual timeline would reveal too much. Just say we will be back very soon, and we understand the importance of time.
Okay. We actually haven't given you much reason to believe in any of us, but
Nope.
we aren't.
Not unless you can unfuck our ship.
He goes over the radio. We are not bad people. When you come back, I am transferring you coordinates to our base. We're putting the entire rebellion in jeopardy in hopes that you can help us and we can help you.
When we get back. Why not now?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm transferring it now. Is what I
Oh,
meant.
okay, good.
For when you get back.
For when we get back.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm telling her we're leaving.
I thought
We're
she...
leaving on a jet plane.
Mm.
Now, out of curiosity, Squee, when
Mhm.
we get these coordinates from her, if we do,
Mhm.
I would like to compare them to the coordinates that 3x, what was that? I wrote down this thing, 8x106 gave us. Are they the
Mhm.
same or are they different?
They are the same.
Ah, okay. At least we have confirmation that she's telling the truth. That actually helps her favor, if you ask me. Shows that she's trying not to deceive us, which is
She
good.
says,
Good first step.
we know that Cyber 4 has both your friend and Cyber 6. We will try to find where, but it is difficult with our resources.
I'm just confused on one last thing. We believe he has heart, but one of his ultimatums to us was to convince Cyber 6 of the error of his ways. If he's in Cyber 4's control, then why doesn't he just do it himself? I assumed Cyber 6 was outside of Cyber 4's control in order for us to do the whole convincing thing.
Cyber 6 left our society well over 200 years ago. We didn't know why at the time, only that he became disillusioned with the other elders, railed against them, and left. Now I believe that maybe he learned the same secret I did.
Gotcha. So
But-
it's more of convinced to come back, not in a physical sense, but in an emotional sense.
Yes.
Got you.
Cyber 6 is a very, shall we say, polarizing figure in our society. He was seen as a traitor for helping our creators when the war got towards its end, but he speaks well, and having his support could do wonders for Cyber 4's ability and authority.
See. Well, out of character, I don't have any more questions.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I don't have questions.
I don't have
Well,
questions
I-
either.
I don't
I
like
have comments and concerns. I don't have questions.
you and me both, kid. You and me both.
looks over shoulder at Isaac. I'm assuming he's still behind us.
He looks real pissed.
You
I'm
better not be
tempted to-
fucking with us.
Yeah.
I assume that is a word that is strong in your language.
is.
It means
Very
to
useful.
fornicate in a bad way.
Then perhaps this will help convince you. I loved my husband. My daughter loved my husband. And I saw Cyber4's men throw him from our apartment window while my child watched. I have no desire in doing anything to help him.
Okay. Do you have any information regarding to the whereabouts of either Cyber 6 or Heart?
Not at this moment. But we will do what
Then
we can
when
to
we
find them.
return, give it to us if you find anything. None of this playing around the subject anymore. You're giving us information.
I have already said that I would.
Good.
Then return quickly, please. For
That's the
everyone's
goal.
sake.
We'll be back before you know it, says Xavier. And then if it's okay by everyone else, I'll turn off the comms.
Mhm.
Yeah, everything else I'm going to be saying is just sassy, so.
Okay. Bloop. That's my comms off noise.
All right.
Like,
Um,
I'm assuming it doesn't make the noise, but Xavier makes that noise when he pushes the button.
Isaac's gonna just get up and leave.
Okay, Xavier's gonna say as we continue to pilot towards the our objective. I guess is it a rift or a ley line or a tear or
actually, just you need to get out in open space. That's all you need. They can drop it pretty much on their side. They can drop it wherever you need.
oh, so okay, so we're only minutes away then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Regardless, being minutes away or not, Xavier is going to ask aloud, but not over the comms. He's going to say, I have a big question about their race. And maybe Lucas, maybe you'll know, or maybe we'll ask our new passenger. Or maybe you guys have found out, because once again, I kind of popped in out of nowhere thanks to my moody maybe child. But when they say husband and daughter and father and grandfather, they realize that they're robots, right? Like, how
we
do
had
they
a discussion
procreate?
about this. There was a whole ordeal, that discussion.
There's a whole ordeal. Like, what do they
It's
do?
kind of adoption manufacturing thing, I guess.
Oh, I asked
So they use
extensively
it
about
so
the
that maybe they
subject.
learn that from their masters who are organic, and as far as family relationships, and they're trying to replicate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had the sex talk with them. It was.
Oh, did they not know how we did it?
Nope.
Oh God, I hope we didn't have to demonstrate.
Nope.
Okay, good. Just descriptions. That's good. I mean, I'm all for a freaky time, but I mean that's just too.
It wasn't the
freaky for
time.
Xavier. Yeah. No, it wasn't the time. Yeah. Okay. I guess we should get a hold of Mr. Hagen, Mr. Admiral Hagen, and get us the hell out of this horrible place temporarily until we come back with a cure and the fury of 1,000 storms. Right, Isaac? Isaac? Oh, Isaac's gone. Why is he? Hey, another quick question. Xavier's gonna say, and this time in like a lower voice. Listen, we all like care deeply about Heart and Cyber 6.
They're dating.
I've known them. Pardon me?
They're dating.
Isaac and Cyber 6?
No, Heart!
Oh!
Ew.
Wait, Isaac and Heart?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, since the incident in the
Xavier?
bathroom, they're inseparable.
And you know what Xavier's gonna say just before we get a hold of Cam, and he goes, that's the first really surprising thing that's happened to me all day.
You have a much stronger heart than I do.
Xavier gives a bit of a smirk and a wink to Anna. I might be just a little sarcastic right now.
Do you need me still?
Oh, no, not, no, I don't think so. But still, like, if we have any sort of free time, I'm buying you as many drinks as you want. That is still astounding. What happened? I still can't believe it. I'm still mentally processing it. But no, let's get the Admiral on the horn. And then Xavier will try to reach out and get communications with Admiral. I almost called him Admiral Hackett. Too much Mass Effect.
I've done it almost more than
Admiral shit.
Hagen.
Hagen. All right, Hagen.
All right, so you activate the AAG and you hear the same operator from before. Admiral Hagelbagel's office. You're still alive. That's good.
Did you say Hagel Bagel?
Oh my
He-
fucking god.
he
Is this
hates
guy an intern?
That name.
What kind of outfit are we running? That sounds like something I would say. I'm the least professional non-Corsair out there. Can you please get us the hell out of here?
Lucas looks offended.
Oh, sorry. Second least professional non-Corsair.
Really, just all of us.
The operator says, "One moment, creating a rift." So yeah, just so you know, the temporal gates have calmed down a bit. Still is going to be a bit of a bumpy ride, so make sure your engines are at full and come in strong.
Gotcha. Will it require very precise piloting?
No, just
Oh.
power.
Oh,
All the
okay. Power we got. I mean, we also got precise piloting too, but that's a story for another time.
And with that, you see off in the distance, probably about a kilometer away from you, the familiar form of the temporal gate opening up, and on the other side, the distant image of Zeberon.
You know, when I first saw this stupid planet, I was missing, the regular galaxy that we're. But now I think it's the prettiest sight I've seen in, well, past 24 hours. Oh, yeah, says Xavier. I'm surprised Hagen and his little crony, Mr. Hagelbagel, there weren't surprised to hear my voice. Did they not know I wasn't on this mission with you, or did they just assume I was coming along too?
I was going to explain this after the scene, but Anna's gone.
Oh.
So you're talking to
Lucas is in the chair. Hello.
Oh. So Lucas.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I don't really know. I think they may just assume time travel and all that biz is so natural that they just don't question things.
Okay. Sorry,
or they forgot.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, maybe. I have another quick little role play with Lucas, but I just realized that freaking Anna said plus after the Hagen thing, and I'm still talking clearly, so I'm gonna shut up so Anna can talk.
Anna's gonna chase after Isaac.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
All right.
guess what? He's getting drunk in the Starluck Lounge.
That she can help with. Okay.
You guys are all a bunch of degenerates, and that's coming from me.
Cracks her knuckles. I got this.
Honestly, she's probably actually going to put her hand over the top of the bottle and be like, okay, how you actually doing?
Not good. At all.
Do you think you're going to be able to do all this? Why? Because you're probably one that has the most interesting stake in all this.
I think I'll be able to hold it together, but I hope she's okay.
She better fucking be.
This is the third time she's either been kidnapped or had some kind of horrific thing happen to her. First time was with the Splagorth, and I had to piece her back together manually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, as even if it's not the romantic side of things, I do understand where you're coming from. You can't bottle all this up. It never works.
Bottle.
Takes a sip of his drink.
Delicious bottle.
Why doesn't it work? It helps me forget.
It doesn't help after that, because you're gonna remember eventually, and then you're gonna have to eventually fucking deal with it before it kills you.
Probably, yeah. But that could be another day.
Yep, well, you are talking the queen of running away, but same time, just we have stuff to do. Don't get too drunk, at least not without me.
Okay.
Also, we are here for you. We're not gonna let you explode on us.
Thanks.
And I've done my comforting for the day. I'm out.
He'll take the bottle back from her.
Fine.
Get your
She
own.
takes a different bottle. Yeah. Okay. Then she'll probably head back to the cockpit.
Okay.
Cool.
You'll hear Xavier in mid conversation with Lucas. So Lucas, you're the only other person, at least in recent memory, that I know that has any sort of mastery over magic, for lack of a better word. I got a couple questions for you because I'm still reeling with everything that we just went through. But a couple hours ago, I was back on Frontier Station, as you might be aware. I thought, and this was just with my own base interactions with other magic users, including Susanna's mother, that in order to cast a spell, didn't you have to say, for lack of a better word, magic words, right?
Yes and no.
No?
Yeah. There are particular like magical items and biz like that is more of you can just kind of focus on it, or there's a few loopholes in the biz, but I guess if it was just a natural cast, and then at that point, Squee, what the heck do I have to roll for this?
Honestly, I would kind of leave that up to your player as to what they know given their magical background. Do you need help with what your character would know? Because honestly, I think this is literally right up his field of knowledge.
All right. Yeah, Lucas. I would like to believe Lucas would actually really be interested in magic.
Sure.
So any like different types and biz around, he probably wouldn't do like hyper research where it's like this is the person who created it or whatever the flip. But he's so interested in multiple different kinds of magic and things like that.
All right. So I will say that Lucas would know there is a difference, a huge difference between creatures and people that know magic, like Lucas, and creatures and people that are magic, and that typically speaking, humans and others who learn magic like Lucas almost always have to, if they're just straight up using magic, use incantations. But if a creature is or is part magic, I mean, you've seen and known them to use magical abilities and things without speaking.
Lucas would generally explain that, and he goes, "Remember that nice man on top of the hill back in Candyland?
Yeah.
Not a lick of a word. He just did it."
Wow, says Xavier. On the other part, I guess, because the last thing she said to me wasn't, a strange spell in a language I didn't understand, which is most of the time when spellcasters do their shit. But she said, then go back to your friends if they're so important to you. Could those words technically be a magic spell?
I guess if she had like a particular item on her that reacted to a phrase like that.
That would make more sense too, says Xavier. Because, I mean, her mother was a powerful magic user, but she was an enchantress, you see. Enchanting magic, seduction, etc., 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 right? This, for lack of a better word, I was teleported across freaking time and space. So either little Susanna has a powerful item on her, or she is much more powerful than than her mother. Either way, I feel bad for pissing her off. Not for the obvious, self-preservation thing, but
Right.
also because, I didn't mean to blow her off. It was just she ran away from home, right? I was trying to do the responsible thing. That's why I came to see her. But we have this to worry about, and then we can go back and I can hunt her down and sort that out. Oh god, that's going to be fun. I missed you guys for a few reasons.
Lucas sits back for a bit. I wonder if she's like a genie or something like that.
If she is a genie, says Xavier, then she is the moodiest, sulkiest genie I have ever seen.
I haven't met a genie before.
You have or you haven't?
Let me just do a quick roll. No!
You definitely do not know.
Can you
haven't
say
even
Lucas
met a person
said it
named
just
Genie.
like that?
Oh boy.
I
No.
have barely even heard. I honestly don't know what they do. I think I just heard the word genie in like a bar somewhere.
No,
I just
it's like-
assumed it
it's like-
does.
They taught it to you in college, but you never paid attention in college, so it's like in your mind, but
Oh, so most by education.
yeah, but Lucas more to the extreme. College did not agree with him at all.
When he
I
thinks
know
of...
genies
Ninja
do
Code.
Hold up.
magic things. That's about it.
Okay.
Wait, can I say something really quick? Can his recounting of genies be I Dream of Genie? I Dream of Genie?
Pretty esoteric for the 3 galaxies.
Yeah, I was
Maybe?
gonna say
No?
the chances of that surviving the apocalypse on Rift.
Fine.
1 in 100, you would say?
Right?
Anywho,
By
we're back to
miraculous
regular
detail.
Lucas mode.
We thought it was a
Fair
good
enough.
movie. It got burned over.
No,
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm good. Go
All
ahead.
right, I'm good too. That was all the little conversation I needed. I'm good to continue on. We're obviously guiding the ship straight towards Zebron and preparing to land and meet up with Admiral Hagen and his trusted advisors, so we can plan out our next moves and transfer the comatose, I guess in stasis body of our. Wait, am I just imagining that she had purple skin, or does she
Pink.
have purple skin?
She has
Pink.
skin,
Okay,
so,
I wasn't bad. Our pink-skinned companion.
Yeah, so because I don't know if I ever gave you a full description of her. She looks like she's adolescent, maybe 12, 13-ish.
Oh God, I'm surrounded by tweens now. Apparently.
She
Yep.
has bright pink skin, no hair whatsoever that you can see, and very large, even though they are closed at the moment, but very large orb-like eyes.
Okay, cool.
And
That's in my brain space now.
she is in a capsule where it looks like it has a place to lie down, but she is looks like she's been jostled, and her head is leaning against the side of the container.
We don't talk about that.
Okay. I'll continue. I'll continue not talking about that.
So
Whenever Anna comes back, she's just gonna sit in the big middle chair with her drink.
once you brought up, have you ever seen Genie? And Lucas says no. He will then
Mhm.
continue to recant his many times trying to find genies and failing every single time.
All right, that'll kill the next half hour until Xavier wants to hang himself. This is just like old times. I missed you so much, Lucas. And then there was this time I thought I found it in my seat cushion, but that was just a dime. Oh God, help! Zeberon,
But I
come
wasn't
in.
sure, so I spent a week testing.
That sounds like a lot of time for Lucas.
Then I thought,
depends on
I
what
wear
kind
a
of
lot
test.
of hats. Maybe it's one's underneath my hat. And you know what was there? A genie? No, my hair. Oh God. Why?
So you guys, you rocket through the portal. Again, you can tell that there is some stress to the ship. Oh, by the way, also, Burn, if you still have it open, could you mark 3 MDC damage to the ship's hull? The amazing maneuver you guys pulled, that pulled some enormous G's. It did some small stress fracturing to the hull. Nothing major. In
Just
fact,
the
out
main
of
body.
2000. Exactly.
Okay, so 3.
Yeah. But in your pocket dimension, you feel no turbulence of any kind. Makes things pretty smooth sailing for as far as you're concerned. You, when you cross through the temporal gate and get out of the danger event horizon of the Eye of Zeberon, you get one more message from the AAG saying, Admiral Hagen says he's going to meet you at the following coordinates. It's some sort of diner. He says you know it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Anna knows it. Oh, dear
right.
God. Wait, Xavier pauses for a moment. He says, Dear God, can you please arrange us transportation that isn't one of your stupid taxis?
The Corsairs do not officially support you in any capacity.
Oh, good, good. So we definitely don't want to be seen in one of those stupid taxis. So I'm sure you have something like really subtle off the books, right?
I can provide you some numbers you can contact, but I can't do it for you.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Just give me the numbers. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sorry. We've been through a lot. I've been through a hell of a lot in the past day or so. And I can't listen to another bad joke. I just can't. I got Lucas here. He's been talking about genies the past half hour. I just can't take it anymore.
Right. Got it. There you go. Anything else?
Thank you.
What do pigs give on Valentine's Day?
Oh, God, click.
Lucas, no.
Valent swines.
Between
This
naked
is why I
Hagen,
drink.
naked Hagen and everything else, I think he's done. Your connection cuts off. He did send you a couple numbers to call though. Kid, you had a plus sign?
Yes, I was. I could not remember what did we do with the robot lady that Lucas kidnapped consensually.
Oh, she is standing in the corner of the cockpit, not moving, not saying a word this entire time.
Oh, right, her.
Uh-huh.
All right, just making sure she's not still in the necklace, because that seems just negligent.
No. She
There's no air in
is on
there.
the ship.
What if she has to go potty?
We've established this. They don't have potties.
Yeah, so right
Man,
now, no.
can
no.
we not talk about
she's-
poop again?
Can we have one session where we don't talk about feces, please?
We
That's
had
all I
one session
want.
enough for that.
Which, by the way, that reminds me.
No, we don't have to discuss this.
You don't have to wear your diapers
We
anymore.
don't have to talk about this, Squee.
Wait,
We're
you guys
moving
were
the
wearing
fuck on.
diapers this entire
We
time?
had to. We had
Oh,
to.
that's just...
I
Xavier,
know. Let's
damn
stop
it.
talking
I thought
about
it
it.
was-
Right.
Okay,
I thought we
okay.
weren't going to talk about this ever.
All right. So, actually, yeah, the necklace is empty at the second. Which, believe it or not, Kid. If at any point in time during this past hour or after the before you land on Zeberon, if you pass by Rile, he would get your attention. He'd be like, Psst, kid,
What?
Psst, come here. I had an idea.
Okay, kid will go over.
So like you're on the catwalk, like Rile just kind of raises up to be like eye level with you, and he goes,
Kid
I-
like sits with their feet hanging off the side.
Rile gets like real close to this. So I had an idea, right? So sooner or later, you're gonna need me, and I'm gonna be there for you, and I'm really really good. And I was thinking maybe you haven't used me yet, which is fine. But maybe you haven't used me yet because you're worried. Maybe I would get hurt, or maybe you're worried that you would fall off me, right? Because I remember last time I went really really fast, and you guys had some trouble hanging on. Except nice lady in the gold cast a spell, and you can stay on. But anyway, so I was thinking, what if you made something like what's the word? Armor. Yeah. Like some sort of giant worm armor, and like a place where you guys can sit and you won't fall off, and you could like put like lots of weapons on it. I'd look really cool, and I wouldn't get hurt, and you wouldn't fall off, and that was my idea. And he like looks at you. He's like he has his mouth like partly open and his tongue like partly hanging out, like a when a dog looks at you excited.
Kid like starts to open their mouth and they look like they're about to brush it off, but then they think, and then they think some more, and then they like put their hand on their chin like hang on, and then they get up and they run off, and they're gonna go find Isaac.
What?
You hear as you're going off, I'll take that as a strong maybe.
Isaac!
What? What do you want?
Rile needs worm armor, they say as they just start shaking you vigorously.
Okay, you need to stop. The worm is spinning. Please stop. Stop.
Kid stops. It's just like, no, the worm isn't spinning. The worm needs armor. Come on, let's go. You make things. Let's go.
I don't make things very well. Hart does that.
We'll practice. Okay, let's go. Kid starts dragging him towards the door.
Oh, God. I don't like this. And so...
As he... I'm just, like, imagining him, like, stumbling along, like, okay, alright, and then eventually Kid just, like, picks him up princess style and takes off down the hall.
Yeah, pretty much. So, here's the thing. We actually could do this if we were to potentially sacrifice another vehicle.
I mean, don't we still have, like, that extra frickin'... We have an extra vehicle, don't we, that's just, like, sitting around or something?
We
You have an SDC van.
Yeah. There was
No.
also
But that's
that
SCC.
we got that pickup truck. I can't remember what happened with it, but we got that pickup truck. Do you remember that? From the swamp?
Yeah, yes, I do remember that. Wait. Oh yeah. That was a mega damage pickup truck.
Yeah.
I remember the one you took to that other town. Yeah, so you have that. You could certainly cannibalize that. I will say, Isaac, roll me an engineering check. At a make it harder by 10 because you're drunk.
What kind of engineering?
What
Mechanical?
are the options
Let's go mechanical.
Yeah, mechanical definitely.
I have
Roll a 100.
I have armorer, which this would be some kind of armor. General mechanics, weapons engineer, and mechanical engineer.
All right. So here's what I'll say. Roll me. No, you know what? Roll me mechanical engineering because this is more than just making armor.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, we also have the mining vehicles too.
Yeah. I don't think you took them on the ship with you. I think you kind of drove them out and then got out and got on the ship because the ship never landed.
I thought we turned around and took it back up. to the ship when we took what's his face?
Possible. I'll say yes for now, and then later after session we can verify that. But I'll say yes
Either way,
tentatively, because my memory's not always the best.
This is going to be a 24. How about we get a good old less than 10?
Woo! Crap, you people! Yeah.
This makes up for
Okay,
last session.
I want
This
to
is the
say
session of
something.
miracles, guys.
Squee, let me jog your memory a bit.
Uh-huh.
We fucked up turning around to get back up through the hole and knocked a whole bunch of shit over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. But I do want to say, ever since I got mechanical engineer, even though it's like a 34%, I have not failed yet.
Maybe you have an aptitude there.
Maybe.
So here's what here's what you can tell Isaac. Even drunk, like, you got this. You understand. Here's what you know. You could cannibalize the vehicles you have to make some armor. You also have spare MDC materials for ship repairs.
Yeah.
So the materials are there. That's not an issue. You could make armor. You could make as big as Rile is. You could even make a I don't know what you would call it, but basically something you could attach where people can sit down, maybe move around, like a
basically
harness of some kind.
have a harness that's an RV on his back.
Kind
How
of,
about
yeah.
that?
I mean, you can put weapons on. I mean, you could do what you would like with it, and you're an engineer, so you can engineer such things. The difficulty would be, your workshop has the tools necessary, but not the space necessary to make such large plates. You could do this, but you might need to rent out or find a place to get it done, a bigger shop.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. It would give him an armor rating, and then whatever else you decide to put on it. It's something that could be done. In fact, if you had the time to spend on it, you could techno wizard it.
Yeah, I could. techno wizard it, and he has the ability to give us fish whenever we want. So that's why, like, honestly, the RV idea, like living spaces and like a stove and stuff.
Oh
Whew.
my god.
I love that idea.
Okay, at first I was like, I don't know how that applies, but I was like, no, that always applies. That should always... But yeah, so this is something that Isaac would be able to design and even build with the right room and materials.
And we might be able to make it so that we could even, like, be able to ride comfortably inside while he's tunneling back on Candyland. That would be interesting. Anyways.
So yeah. You know this information. What you choose to tell Kid is up to you.
Yeah. I can do it. It'll take a long time. I can't do it now. It's gonna have to wait.
Why not?
Because it's gonna take days.
So then we start now.
Okay, first off, we're gonna have to go and find a place that's big enough for us to, like, rent so that I can have enough room.
This
Secondly,
cargo bay
this
isn't big enough.
No, it's not. These things are going to be large, so I need some space. But we also need to save heart. So I don't know how long it's going to take to make this vaccine. We should probably visit Hagen and figure that out. But I can't guarantee that I can get it done before we go and get Heart and Cyber 6. Okay? But I'll work on it. I promise it'll be my next project.
Tell him that, Kid says, and points at Rile.
Oh. Hey, bud.
Oh, hey, Isaac.
Fish?
Isaac, I had an idea.
I know, I heard from Kid. You don't need to speak so loud.
Kid told you? Good.
Yes.
Good. What do you think?
It's doable. I don't know how long we're going to be here. but we need a bigger place, and I need a lot of time.
So it's doable, though.
Yes, but I don't think it'll be done before we go and rescue Hart. Okay.
He doesn't hear that last part as he starts like racing off around the like doing laps around the cargo bay.
Jesus Christ, this fucking worm.
I'm gonna go now. Bye.
You see, kid, you see that he is like excited, and like a little bit of green drool drips from his mouth, hits the ground, sizzles, and smells slightly like sour apples.
That's great.
Great.
All right. With that, unless there's anything else, we can say that you guys land at any space the space
Port?
pad of your choosing. A spaceport, thank you.
Okay.
Landing pad of your choosing. Xavier,
Yes.
you'll be very happy to note
Uh-huh.
that a subculture of honest to God taxis exist on Zebron. And while they are nowhere near as popular as the public transportation systems, and they are a little more expensive, there is a niche, believe it or not, of people who prefer them.
Yeah, I can believe that. Gimme.
Yeah, you can order one to pick you up. It's basically to get to from the ship to the diner. It's
Mhm.
basically about 24 clicks.
Oh shit, is that the diner that we had all that fucking intrigue with the exterminator thing?
Yep. No, it is.
No, it's not.
Did we go to? I thought it was the diner across the street from the bar.
Yep. It was
The
the
diner
guy
across
that had intrigue.
Bar.
You were-
Which bar is
I
this?
thought they were both.
This was during your hiatus.
Yeah,
this
this
was
was
with
during your
Pylon.
hiatus. Yeah, with
Yeah, it
Pylon.
was with Pylon.
I thought
No,
they were
we went
both
to the
the
one
same
across the
place.
street.
I'm
So-
just
That
gonna
was
go where
fine.
you guys go. It's all
Yeah.
good.
No.
All right.
Yeah, no, they were different diners.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
We
Hagen-
like diners
Hagen
apparently.
This is where Lucas one punched a 12-foot tall wolf in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's a story for another time.
All right, so
Before we leave the ship, Anna's going to tell Tessa to never leave the ship.
Tess is gonna say, but why? This
Until I check the videos to see if the house is good.
I wasn't gonna go to the house. I was gonna go to the penthouse.
We have a penthouse?
The hearts.
Hart has a penthouse.
Oh yeah, that was in her contract.
She says for 2 more months at least.
Even then, we've been gone for a while. They might have found us on here.
Right. All right. Fine. Just let me know when it's safe. I think that there's some things of hers I'd like to get.
Yeah, good idea. But yeah, for now, just please give me some sound of mine for 2 seconds, please.
Of course. All right. Hey, sis.
Hmm.
What about those kids we left on Candyland and Sarah and Elisa? Are we just leaving them there?
Looks into distance. Fuck them. Right. Shit.
You know, I never thought I'd hear the sentence, what about those kids we left on Candyland? But yet, here we are.
Oh, Sarah's
We'll
gonna be
deal
pissed
with
we
them
haven't told her.
later.
Yeah, we'll deal with
that's
them in
what
like
I
a
was
couple
thinking.
hours. Couple hours.
Right.
Later.
Right. Well, okay. Got it. I'll hold down the fort here,
Thank you.
like
You
I
know where the
do.
base is.
Right. And that's it.
Yep.
Do you guys mind if we take a quick break so I can run to the restroom?
No,
Sure.
you wear a diaper now.
No. Inferno, they're not organic. They don't have toilets.
But you know what they could have done? They could have
Uh-huh.
just put a
They could've
hole in
done
the
a lot of shit.
ground and been like, okay, go there.
We
Oh,
tried.
They
We
tried.
tried
Isaac
explaining
wasn't
it.
happening yet.
Yeah.
They tried a few things, but Isaac, well, understandably so, Isaac was not going to poop in a pot.
You know what?
He
In a
has-
pod?
He has
Pot.
He has
Bucket.
standards.
Bucket.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Let's not have this
we worked
conversation.
on that, and I'm so glad I didn't have to poop in the 2 hours I showed up on that stupid planet.
Excuse me, I need to go
Actually, while Squee's gone, can someone inform me about the kids? And you can say you tell Xavier about this too on the way to the meeting. What children in Candyland?
Okay.
Pirates.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the pirates.
Children?
Yeah,
Yes.
we did tell you a little bit about it a while ago, but one of the random encounters was we encountered pirates, and so this other
Very
ship,
terrible pirates.
yeah, this other ship which we had encountered and eventually hid somewhere else in space. We have the coordinates to, and we plan on selling the ship for massive credits.
Oh, what? Okay, you have me. You had me
Yes.
at massive credits.
Okay, so we get this intercom, not intercom, this broadcast saying, "Hey, we're pirates. We demand food and books, and then weapons." So we kind of knew off the bat, or at least I kind of knew off the bat, they weren't as threatening because they asked for food. So we offered to let them board and feed them. And we eventually found out that they were
children.
Yeah, they turned out to be children, ex-slaves of pirates who only know slavery or piracy, who had recently stolen a ship and took off. So
how old are these teeny pirates?
like 16 and 17, I think, if I recall correctly.
More teenagers.
Yeah.
Xavier says, we had so much of our adventures that didn't deal with teenagers, and now you got
this.
teenagers in Candyland. We have teenagers in space stasis. We have teenagers that hate me. We have so many teenagers.
Yeah.
If I don't see another teenager, it'll be too soon, Xavier says.
If I recall correctly, there were 4. There were 2 wolfen, a brother and a sister. There was 1 human, and then there was 1 alien that, you know how dogs get that cute puppy dog look? Imagine that with blue fur, always. Like, even if they're trying to be threatening, they still have that puppy dog, big eyes look.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'll have to do a galactic check to see if I know what race that is, but that just sounds like something Squee made up.
Yeah. But
after looking at his dog, he's like, "I'm gonna make a race out of you."
probably.
That's definitely not a wolfen.
Yeah, we ended up wanting to make sure that they weren't going to be in trouble, so we sent them with a few chaperones to Candyland, just in case shit happens. And shit did, because if you can imagine Hart being captured, what if they were captured too? And how much shit we would have to be in. Ugh,
One thing at a time, though. We can't digress too much. We're gonna have to knock off these problems.
Yeah, I want to deal with Hart.
Our problems too. Of
Yeah.
course. Like that's obviously the most distressing and pertinent.
Yeah.
Even above, Xavier's own family drama. That's nothing, right? The kid, everyone's still alive there, not being threatened to be killed, right?
Yeah.
Xavier, Cyber 6 and Hart are not in that same boat.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I also think
Welcome
after this arc is done and we get Hart back, we should do something like happy-go-lucky or focus on Xavier's stuff. Like,
Well,
just go-
Xavier's stuff actually, spoiler alert, his stuff is kind of happy-go-lucky. It's not dark. There's a
Good.
little bit more to like why he's not on good terms with her mother, and that has a little wacky-go-lucky story behind it. So
Good.
yeah,
Because
it can be much more lighthearted than we're going to fucking tear your friend's limbs off. So yeah.
plus
That'd
the
be
last few things that we've done have been focused on Isaacs. I want to take a step back for a bit.
Gotcha. Okie dokie, but first things first. Are we all back?
I know Squeeze back.
I think so. I'm back.
God is back. What if God was one of us?
Crap, I am. They know.
Just a pleb
Just
like
a
one of us.
sod like one of us.
Dun dun dun.
I'm just
Just-
eating an apple.
Okay. How about you, Piff? Are you in Apple time? Are you in Mute Land? Or are you just gone?
I've
If
been
you-
here for a while.
Oh my God! What if Piff was one of us? Yes.
never know.
Unmuted like one
We'll
of
never
us.
All right.
All right. So you guys pile in one of their taxi services and make your way to the same diner.
Oh my God! What is this?
Yeah, this happened while you were
Oh,
gone.
I forgot about all this.
BFFs
We
for
always
life.
do.
There's hurts all around me.
Every time we come to this map, there's something new, like Pylon or something
Yeah,
that we all
thank-
forget was there in the first place.
Thank God Pylon's gone. What a douche.
The fuck is...
So yeah, about that.
Oh God damn it.
We'll arrive at the diner, and when you get inside, it is Xavier. It's a local dive, not very fancy, but it certainly gives the impression that it's not intended to be fancy. It's definitely a pie diner, like desserts, things of that nature.
Oh, they only serve
mhm.
pie?
Pies, sundaes, cake, things of that nature. Mhm.
Okay.
And coffee, of course, and drinks. But
Like alcoholic drinks?
no,
Okay.
coffee, hot chocolate, things of that nature.
Okay. boring
Um,
drinks, got you.
The cafe is completely empty. And given the time of day that you've arrived on Zebron, that's not unusual. It's probably about what you would think 2 a.m. here. There is, except for one booth, where sitting on the side are one person you recognize. Everyone but Xavier recognized right off the bat, which is your good friend Pylon. Very
No.
skinny.
Who's
Very
this guy? I don't know this guy. Who is he? Explain it. Describe him to me. And then describe
Uh,
his
An
face.
asshole.
He is oh, here we go. He looks just like him. Very skinny, very
God.
greasy, kind of uncombed hair. He's wearing
I feel bad. I
a,
like that actor, but yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
I
gambling
know.
motherfucker.
Yeah. He's wearing a Corsair cadet uniform.
Okay.
And he is busy. He's busy eating some kind of pie as you walk in, and then next to him, you see a man that is dressed in very concealing clothing, a very large jacket and a very wide-brimmed hat that's kind of pulled over his face. You can see Admiral Hagen, but you really have to look to tell it's him.
Oh, I gotcha. He's in disguise. All right.
Mm.
All right. Xavier will head over to the counter, order a slice of lemon meringue pie if they have it. If they don't, he'll take Zolon berry pie as well as a close second.
They have something very similar. It's not lemon meringue, but it is a tangy lemony type of pie. If
Okay.
you prefer that, it has the same kind of whipped, like egg whipped topping on it.
Okay.
The only difference that you really know is that the gel part, the pudding part of the pie, is actually like a light purple color, but it has the same tangy taste. There's a lot of fruits in this universe actually that have the very citrusy, lemony type flavor.
Okay. That'll work for me. And then I'll head on over to their booth and give a subtle nod to the two gentlemen, who I do not. Well, I know one of them, but I'm gonna pretend I don't.
Got it. First of all, kid, you had an important question.
Is it banana pie?
Yes, it's a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
Who's erasing the hearts?
No?
The only
One.
person who can.
I don't
Your
know.
question.
So, anyways, question: is he eating banana pie?
Yes, he is.
Yes, OTP. Okay, confirmed. Anyways, continue.
I hate this OTP. I hate it.
Why? You think he fucks the pie?
He also
You're
only has one
missing the
testicle.
joke.
We know this about him.
What? Wait, how do
We
you
call
know
him
that?
the-
How do you know that? See,
Because he told us.
You're sitting at a diner having
oh, what an
pie.
idiot.
Conversation takes some turns.
Okay, well, I'm
He
just
also
gonna eat
blackmailed
this
us
pie.
out of a lot of money.
We call him the
Oh,
Cyclops.
what? Now I hate him.
Well, he tried.
I
Yeah,
hate
he
that
didn't
one bald bastard.
No, we
They
give him money.
basically they convinced him to join the Corsairs instead. So
this guy wasn't a Corsair,
Mm-mm.
and now he is.
he was
Yeah.
one of the top security
God.
experts for
Oh, okay.
Prester Security, which ran the vault you guys broke into.
Oh, okay. This is the vault escapade. All right, fair enough. But
Mhm.
we're in the here and now. We're not in the
Yes.
past, regardless.
Anna
of how
is not
fantastic as
happy.
we have.
So you guys can all have a seat, though. If you're gonna sit at the booth, someone's gonna have to sit on the same side of Admiral Hagen and Pylon.
I
Fuck
will. I don't know
that.
these guys. I don't know these
Yeah.
guys. Fine. I mean, I know Hagen, but I have no connection with this Pylon guy. I'll do it.
All right. As you sit down, Admiral Hagen nods to all of you, and then
Mhm.
he nods over to Pylon and be like, "You remember him, right?"
Mm-hmm.
No, Xavier says we haven't been introduced.
Oh, Pylon, Xavier, Pylon.
Hello,
Pylon
Pylon.
looks up, hi, and then goes back down to hi.
And a few words works for me.
Well, it's better if I leave the academy short term on a trip excursion with a student. Figured I'd bring someone that already knows more than he should and knows how to keep his mouth shut,
Oh, okay.
unless he wants to get kicked out of the academy and fend for himself. And Pylon looks up, no, I'm good. Thanks, by the way, actually. Yeah. Right. Sorry about the blackmail thing. I was in a bit of a bind.
Xavier has a confused look on his face, and he's looking to his friends.
Anna's glaring at Pylon.
The
Kid just looks
mafia
bored.
wanted to hurt me. No hard feelings, right? You got what you needed. I got what I needed. We're good. He like raises a thumb up.
Raised eyebrow.
Yeah, now I don't have to
Alright,
kill you.
Right. Okay. Wow. That's justified. And then he just kind of goes back to eating the pie.
Okay.
Hagen says,
Well-
"So,
Go ahead, Hagen.
I just figured we should get down to business."
Agreed. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Do you have any more information than what we talked about over the radio?
Yes, and Xavier will give him as much information as he can about their ships, their physiology, and most importantly, the fact that we have reliable intel now that the rebels do not work nor support Cyber 4. In fact, Cyber 4 killed a rebel leader, and they are chomping at the bit to get even with him. So it appears that Cyber 4 is not nearly as powerful as initial estimates indicated.
At some point, when you're telling the story, he would have been like, wait. Are you telling me that you pulled a 9G turn in that thing that you fly? The unicorn?
It's called the Second
Smirks.
Chance.
It
saved
doesn't
their
have a
ass.
horn anymore.
And let's just say, yeah, with a couple goddamn good pilots at the helm, we pulled that off. And Xavier gives a very pleased smile over to Anna.
He leans back. Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would continue on with the story.
Okay.
He would then say, well, it certainly means that you have allies over there, if nothing else. Yes, kid, you had a plus sign. 2 plus.
Real quick,
Someone
did
else.
we bring Robot Lady with us?
Good question.
I see. I put that in Lucas's charge.
Good question.
He got her, so I say that's his decision.
Did Lucas bring Robot Lady with him?
Hamidi.
Like she could be there in the necklace.
You know what? Lucas would have at least asked her if she would be comfortable enough to see this new place.
So there's lots of organics, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a few part organic, part machine. I think there might even be a few full machine people around here.
Huh. Okay. Sure, if you think that's best, I'm already I can't believe you talked me into this. But I'm already here, so why not?
He stops for a second. No, I don't guess I have to warn you about anything. Usually people don't like yelling and insults. Usually any sort of physical violence is frowned upon. That's about it. We should probably stick together. Just so we don't lose you. It's a big place.
Right. Of course. Yes. Okay. Well, lead the way, I guess.
Lucas will walk out with Robot Lady, with the group, and hopefully nobody questions anything.
You will all find that she is very, very polite, very mild-mannered, very quiet. Her eyes are constantly scanning everything. Like when you're in the taxi, she's looking at everything and taking in everything. But she doesn't say much at all. So we'll say that she was with you guys at the diner, and when you get into the diner and everyone's sitting down, all that, she's just standing there, unsure what to do. And
Kid
I
will
assume.
offer her their spot at the table.
Oh, that's very unnecessary. I can stand for days if necessary. I imagine.
So can I. Sit.
Oh, okay. And then she just immediately sits. And then safe to say that when Xavier was telling what he knew, he would have explained who she is. Correct. Okay.
Yeah. No. That's we're gonna play 21 guesses. No, of course.
Right. Hagen would have briefly acknowledged her and say, "It's a pleasure to meet another of your kind. The only one I've ever met is one of the best damn friends I ever had. So it's a pleasure to meet you." And she'll say, "Oh, you're welcome, I guess," and kind of just looks down. So, what's your plan exactly?
Well, our plan, so to speak, as we were mentioned in our earlier conversation, was to collaborate with you on a plan. First and foremost, if we really want to get the majority of this race on our side, synthesizing a cure by utilizing the individual that we found in stasis would be a big boon. If, however, that can't be done in a reasonable amount of time, then obviously both your dear friend Cyber 6 and our dear friend Cyber 6 and Heart and the darling of the media here absolutely needs to be rescued post haste. So, how about, Xavier suggests, we find a secure and private place in which to deliver this individual in stasis, and you and your team, I'm assuming you know some medical experts, far greater than us, can see if you can't rouse her, and then give us at least an estimation if synthesizing a cure, and he'll point over to the newly arrived cyber. Obviously, finding out exactly what ails these people too would be a big assistance. And if we can come back with a cure, then there might not be much of a need for a military force. If, however, that cure proves to be unobtainable, then we might need a more military plan. And maybe not fleets of Corsairs, but maybe more commando teams of Corsairs.
Ah, yes. So, about that last part, I looked into it for
Mhm.
you. Well, good things first. I've already contacted a team of scientists that are very, shall we say, excited
Intrigued.
at the opportunity to, and he'll look to, oh, hang on. He'll look to 4x102 and say, to cure your people. No matter what's been going on, there is an entire civilization of people who apparently are suffering from a plague, and there's still people out there that think that curing them is a good idea. I don't have any estimates yet on how long that would take until they have a chance to look at the problems, but they are ready to go at any time. And the good news is that time is a flexible thing for us.
Mm-hmm. So how soon, regardless of how much time it takes us to do what needs to be done here on Zeberon, at what point in time, would we be able to return to the cyber Dyson sphere?
I should be able to get you there within an hour after you left.
Okay. So now that we know the time isn't really a critical factor, right?
Correct.
That we can do this right. Correct?
Correct. But understand that because of the way our rules work when it comes to time, rules that even I can't bend, if you go back in time to an
Mhm.
hour before after you left, you only get
Mhm.
one shot. You don't get to go back there again. Too dangerous.
Again and again and again and again. It creates this what are you briefing us before? Time paradox, rift, tear.
See? You're catching on. Now, on to the slightly more complicated news. I quietly poked around some of the local governments and council members that if perhaps valuable members of our society had been kidnapped by a race we haven't technically made contact with yet, how much leverage would I have to go about doing this? And the answer, unfortunately, is none. Your friend, my friend, precious to us, but not important enough to start galactic war over in their eyes. I cannot send Corsair units with you, but and he's kind of hesitating. So Anna, you have a chance to.
If it's leverage you need, and it's not particularly legal leverage, we might actually have some information. Well, the black market has some information we can get back from them.
Oh,
While we were getting the orb, we might have taken some other information about politicians in Zeberon that might have had associations with them.
Xavier
I
raises
see.
an eyebrow, impressed.
Points at Isaac.
What did I do?
It was your idea.
All right.
Anna was being selfish about it. You actually had the good idea.
That might work, actually. Can you get me this information?
Yeah.
Then let me tell you what I had planned before that. Perhaps we can pursue many avenues. I can't offer official support. Even unofficial Corsair support would be. I'm too much under the eyes now. But if we were to make public that the Darling Heart was kidnapped by a nebulous space pirate group, because let's be honest, I don't think any of us want to criminalize an entire race of people for the acts of a few assholes.
Not yet.
I don't know.
You could say a terrorist group instead of a pirate group. Pirate assumes theft in space, where this one is obviously holding hostage for to invoke terror upon us.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like terrorist group, but I don't know about that last bit. With the way that they have been, the lack of communication and overall secrecy has started to make me think that maybe they're all assholes, or at least the elders are.
Xavier says, "I know you're probably speaking out of turn, Isaac, but
Probably.
that's unfair. I mean, we have one proof against that already," and he looks over to. I'm sorry, Squee. All their names are
I
numbers
know.
and letters.
I know.
I
It's
can't.
yeah.
Is
It's
it 4x102?
4x102, correct,
Heck
sir.
yeah.
I have her labeled as the diner cyber. So many diners in this story. So she is looking at Isaac mortified.
Well, don't forget, I also said, out of character, I also said at least the elders are. To punctuate
but
that.
but I know that was among many things that you just said. So she's looking at you mortified.
She can go ahead and do that.
Doesn't say a word. Yeah, she doesn't say a word. And Hagen goes, right. So terrorist group, perhaps make it public, and
Yep.
Well, then we do this. And he taps up something on a computer panel and turns it over to you. And what you see looks very much like a already written out GoFundMe campaign. Save Heart.
What? I'm sorry.
Hold
Are
up.
you
My
saying
brain
that
is
we're-
breaking.
Are we gonna save Heart off of a GoFundMe?
He says, money opens up enormous amounts of doors. Enormous amounts
Oh my
of money
fucking god.
can open up very big doors. I can't send any official anything with you, but perhaps you can get the funds you need to do something.
Why have we
And-
never thought of this before?
And I'll tell you what, having the darling of Zeberon kidnapped by terrorists is about the best reason to donate money to one of these things as I have ever seen. Keep in mind, though, for legal reasons, any money collected in this would have to be spent towards the rescue of said person. And he starts like pointing out to like little like legal text at the bottom. But he says it could be fairly effective. And governments can't stop people donating money to whoever they feel they want to.
So, Hagen, let me get this clear. You want us to do a fundraising thing in order to get funds to, off the books, get enough people to assist us in possibly rescuing Hart if it comes to a physical confrontation, correct?
Something along those lines. I would
Then
prefer
what's to
if you-
stop us from just using our own significant funds just to hire mercenaries?
I was assuming
We came we came to you because your organization is stronger than any sort of freelancer. Now, if you're saying you're politically shackled by this, I suggest we either unshackle you or we just not worry about this. He says, this.
He looks at you for a while and he says, politically shackled is part of it. Another part of it is I don't want to start international war that could destroy everything, which, given by what you told me from their numbers, could very much happen if we just march in there with a strong arm, especially one that can lead back to an official organization like the Corsairs.
I thought the whole purpose of having you in your pocket, Xavier says, was so we could do things in the Corsair's interest that didn't need to worry about official channels.
Yes, you.
So you're just saying we're on our own? With the exception of your assistance in synthesizing a cure, which I don't want to I don't want to slap aside your assistance, and I definitely don't want to insult your help. That is not my intention. But we're at a very critical point here, and emotions are very high. He looks over to Isaac and Kid and Anna and Lucas, and he says, "So you just have to tell us brass tacks. You can't help us on the military front, period, right? Raise money on your own, get it done on your own. I just want to hear that from your words."
He considers for a long time. Isaac, roll me a trust check.
Oh,
As he
okay.
lids back. I'm sorry, not Isaac. Xavier.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Roll
what?
me a trust check.
I'm like, why is he rolling? I was talking.
Trust
Sorry,
me,
my
I
mind-
hate this race.
All right,
My mind's,
it's 70% threshold, so let's see what we get.
Sorry, my mind's running over 1,000 options here.
Oh
my
my
god.
god.
Tonight's been wonderful.
What?
Okay.
Oh my god.
So I fail by 30.
My
Also,
God,
I
yes.
fail by
You also got
rolling a
100.
natural 100.
Oh my god.
No, that's fine. You can just say, yes, that's what I'm saying. It's fine. I don't care.
No. I got to think about this because it's 100, and I have rules for such things.
All right.
Okay. Actually, guys, sorry. Give me a second here. I really
Maybe
have to
it's like
consider this.
I'm saying, wink, wink. I can't help you. Wink, fucking wink. Read between the
Squeak.
winks.
Square, I have an idea.
Okay, I'm open to ideas. Inferno was one. Yours?
So he just showed a GoFundMe. Is this like an active thing
Not
that's
yet,
currently? Oh, so it's not like active and made yet.
It's made. It's just not like it's like hit the button to make public type thing.
Oh, well, never mind then. Because I was gonna say, what if someone donated like a bajillion credits or something? And he's like, Anyways, continue.
Okay, again, give me a second here.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
We're coming up with too many epics tonight.
I know.
Hagen chokes on pie. Xavier saves him, and Hagen feels indebted.
Can we?
I mean,
We don't joke.
We don't joke.
Or maybe someone poisoned the pie, and Xavier's like, no.
Oh my god.
All right. Why not? Because why not?
Oh, my
That
wonderful.
guy-
I am a firm believer that
I want you to
paper
hear
games are called
on
collaborative.
squeak. Wait, can you not hear me? Hello?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. Sorry.
I want everyone to listen to the tone of Squee's voice when he said, yeah, okay, that is the sign of a GM just fucking giving up. It happens to all of us.
Oh.
He has mentally, he can't. He's just like, no, not giving up. That sounds like you're a coward or something like that. It's he's been pushing against this current. He's like, fuck it, current, just take me away. That's what's going on. He's like, just take me away, you wacky idiots. I'm going.
I am a firm believer that role playing is collaborative storytelling, and I'm a firm believer that I'm sorry you don't roll a 1, a 2, and 100 in one night, and
Not have
No.
weird things happen.
yeah.
Where
So
epic things happen. right.
With you saying that, Hagen's face kind of reddens and he says,
Uh-huh.
I get what you're saying, Xavier. Look, you don't think I want to help my friend too? But I
Hagen?
Oh
Hagen?
my god.
he starts like
Hagen.
pounding his chest.
Oh,
as,
Xavier will like, because he's like right next to him, right? Because he's sitting on that side of the booth. And Xavier's gonna do, if you guys have seen from The Fifth Element, when the priest helps the choking Zorg with the big hand coming up and then hits him right in the back. That's what.
Lucas on the outside. Three words. 2 words.
Yeah, the word is choking, says Xavier as he thwacks the back of Admiral hard enough to dislodge the beast.
Oh my god.
Ah. And you see like a piece of like half chewed pecan pie just hit the table.
Just push this glass of water towards him.
He takes a drink and he goes,
Oh,
Fine. You want some help?
yes.
I'll give you some help.
Okay.
But I don't think you're gonna like it.
Well,
Oh,
First-
good.
try me.
First, he hits public on the GoFundMe campaign. He
Uh-huh.
says, I'll give you a Corsair
Mm-hmm.
and a
Oh
ship
no.
that'll help you.
Okay.
There's one who loves lost causes, and I
Oh.
can't get motivated to do shit these days.
Oh.
This might be right up her alley. Here's an address. Go. If you can convince her, she's all yours until this is over. Her ship, and her one other crewmate.
Okay.
Do you still want the leverage or no?
Yeah. Wait. Actually, no. You take that leverage straight to whoever yourselves. That's going to be a better option than the Admiral of the Corsairs trying to blackmail someone.
We can get the black market to help us on that.
And that address,
Yeah.
they're damn good. In fact, the more I think about it, I think it's right up your alley, Xavier.
Oh.
And as you
Face.
see,
Uh-huh.
as you look, the GoFundMe campaign, the number starts climbing, and you see comments. Oh no, not Sophie Clay.
Oh my god.
Sophie
That's
Clay, I loved her in
fast.
that movie. Yeah, it's a world of high-speed internet,
Yes.
and it's already climbed to over 3 million clicks and counting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Xavier keeps this in mind for future guys. But Xavier will say, listen, Admiral, like I said, emotions were high, and I don't think you're going to hear this very often. So thank you. I appreciate everything that you're doing. And I know you have Zeberon and Hart and Cyber Six's best intentions in mind. And I'm sure if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't be this generous. So yeah, thank you. We'll make use of everything that you give us, because we're going to need everything you give us. Shall we go make contact with this Corsair now? Or shall we make arrangements for you and your eager scientific team to pick up our individual in stasis?
Well, it is about 2:30 in the morning, which means the scientist might not be available till a little bit later. But
True.
you can go to that address anytime. In fact, I bet this is a perfect time.
Do they drink?
Oh, they drink.
Okay, yeah, I am going to like them. All right, let's go.
And with that, you guys head out. Where are you headed to? Oh, he'll let you know to. He'll give you coordinates to drop off both your Princess Doodad and
What? I don't get it. I missed the reference. Who's Princess Doodad?
the pink.
Pink.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
don't
from a
remember
show?
why. I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember
that
how.
mean that-
It's a
that-
reference-
No, it was.
It's a reference to one of the sessions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't remember exactly what. That just kind of became her.
Oh
nickname.
yeah, you kept calling her Princess Dudette, but me and
yeah.
Mackenzie kept hearing Doodad.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's where it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so he'll give you coordinates to a research complex to drop off Princess Doodad and the Diner Cyberforex 10-2
Okay.
at around 6 or 7 in the morning. So 4 or 5 hours from now.
Okay. So yeah, I'm all for going to that address then because I totally want to. My curiosity is piqued.
Okay. It involves going into the Sector 2 where the Corsair Academy is and into the actual living barracks, not where the students go, but where full-fledged Corsairs live.
Hey, where I said, "Hey, sugar tits." That's right. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
And you go to the it's actually like its own separate like building, not fully a house, but certainly like an apartment.
Okay.
And you ring the doorbell and you hear, "What?"
Oh wait. Is it okay if I take charge here?
Go for it.
Okay.
Sure.
Hello. I can't tell you my name right now, but I can say that we're here on an extremely important mission.
Oh my God.
It would be easier if we spoke face to face because, well, what they say is that the ears have walls, and I want to make sure only you hear this mission. And then Xavier's going to be goofy smile. I always wanted to say that.
Dude, you said the ears
There's
have
a
walls.
few seconds as you hear
What?
someone coming.
Wait,
towards the
what
door.
did I say? He said ears have walls?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, I meant walls have ears. Xavier, shit. I guess I'm going to have to say it again at some point in my life then. Ain't gonna right this time.
No, it's canon. Oh my God.
There's a sound
No,
of
I said
someone
that
getting
as
to the
Xavier
door.
about saying I have to say that again sometime. I'm embracing
Yeah.
my misspeaking. Maybe I did it intentionally.
Xavier control.
Xavier control, we have a problem. You can't word. All right.
The door opens and you see in front of you
Uh-huh.
a young woman
Uh-huh.
with short
Good.
brown hair,
Good.
Yeah, I fucking
wearing-
figured.
Continue.
disheveled Corsair's uniform, and carrying.
Oh,
a bottle
all
of
right. I
whiskey.
can make it more disheveled. Continue.
Carrying a bottle of whiskey.
Oh.
She's got rings
right.
under her eyes,
Uh-huh.
and she goes, "The fuck do you want?"
Well, first of all, I think you just walked out of my dream. Secondly, we
And it
want.
was you.
Ow! Okay, I'm sorry. It was just a joke. Xavier says, but no, in all seriousness, Admiral Hagen sent us to you, and we have for lack of a better word, a snowball chase in hell type of mission. And he said you and your ship and your crew member are the best chance we got. So, shall we continue to have this conversation in this hall, or do you want to invite us inside, get a couple more glasses for that whiskey, and we can give you the details?
She squints her eyes and looks at you. Are you shitting me?
Hmm?
Are you shitting me?
No. It's 3:00 in the fucking morning. I'm not shitting you.
That's gross.
No, that's not literal. Ugh, no. Kid, that's a turn of phrase that we use. Actually, I'm surprised that you use that too. You must be pretty well versed in different cultures.
She'll actually look down when you say that, and she'll see Kid, and she'll go, "Wow, huh? All right, you piqued my interest. Name's Charlotte. Come on inside."
Okay, thanks. Xavier. The other can introduce themselves, obviously. And Xavier will happily step on in.
So since
See if
we
he
knew,
can't look at the back of that uniform as well. We.
so since we Now you made me lose a train of thought and think about butts. Since we knew that
Story
they
of my
drink-
life, sister. Story of my life.
Since we knew that they drink, would it be fair that we stopped by and actually picked up like a bottle of something?
Sure, absolutely, that's fine.
Then Anna would pull it out from behind her back and go, Anna, and hand it to her.
Oh, all right. Now we're talking. Have a seat, and she'll invite you in. And despite her appearance, the apartment is very clean.
Xavier's gonna mouth show off over to Anna.
You already have one, kid.
And,
God damn it, he's right. I just want you to know that Xavier like closed his eyes and he definitely said, "God damn it."
I love the chat room's going crazy. Look, guys, I never planned on it, but he rolled 100. Okay.
Yep.
Even I've watched enough Corsair to know who she is.
Yeah.
So you come in. She lounges down on the couch, and she goes, "All right, suicide mission. Need my ship. I got that much.
Okay.
Why the hell are you coming to me? I haven't taken a bounty in over a year."
Because this type of job involves first contact with a dangerous species that has two friends of ours, ransom. One of them was a former Corsair by the name of Cyber 6. I'm sure you might be aware of him. Apparently, he is very well known. And secondly is a heartthrob icon by the name of Heart, but stars in such movies as blank and blank.
Oh, wait,
Blank
you mean
too?
that Sophie Clay girl?
Yes, Sophie Clay. Exactly. I guess that, well, no, I guess that is her stage name. Regardless, they have been kidnapped and held hostage by a rogue element of this cybernetic or bionic or robotic race that is suffering from a withering disease. Currently, unofficially, Admiral Hagen is helping us with the cure for their disease and is arranging for us to go back into time and negotiate with these folks. However, their leader, a ruthless bastard by the name of Cyber 4, has made it is a tough nut to crack, and we are not certain that negotiation for a cure for our friends' lives intact will sway him. Therefore, we need to come up with a military alternative in the case that we have to physically extricate these folks themselves. Hagen said you were pretty much the only Corsair that could actually get the job done. So this is why we're here in your little apartment, sitting down, and also why you haven't offered me a drink yet, which is starting to shake my...
You know, I was a fan. I mean, I don't typically go for this kind of movies, but she wasn't bad in them.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Xavier, yeah.
Wait, is that Cyber 4? I had an instructor, the Corsairs. It wasn't Cyber 4, or some other Cyber.
Cyber 6.
Yes, Cyber 6. Told me I'd never amount to anything. I think he was just being a hard ass to push me or something. I like that guy.
Xavier is going to give a worried look to his companions.
Kid looks very angry.
Well, when do you not look angry?
Sometimes they just look irritated, okay?
Will's around.
I mean,
That too.
Kid is an angry murder child, so...
They are.
Anyways.
In my Discord.
Anyways,
She goes,
Xavier will be
"Oh,
like, yeah.
My manners. Here, have a glass." And she like hands you the open bottle.
Oh, hey, thank
And
you.
then,
Says Xavier,
like
and
with
he'll
the
take a
hand
pull.
just like chops like does like a little karate like open hand pop to the new bottle that pops off the top and then just starts.
And his eyes go wide.
So Xavier will say, now, don't take this the wrong way, please, Charlotte. But I'm definitely not against the imbibement of alcohol. But do you work this house too, or are we in the middle of like a celebration here?
Yeah. It's a celebration. This celebration has been going on for over a year.
Oh, okay.
It's
What's the occasion?
celebrating. Oh, it's the best occasion. It's celebrating
Okay.
the day I got my entire crew killed and my best friend paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh, is friend your crew member too that would be assisting us in this endeavor?
Oh.
Hmm?
Oh yeah. One souk. We have company. And she
You have a
looks
dog?
at Xavier.
Xavier has looking around.
Oh my god!
You're getting elbowed again.
Ow! What do you mean?
She looks at you guys and mouths sorry. And then goes, one soak. And then
Don't
after
have to wake them up if they're asleep.
Yeah.
no, she'll love this. Hang on, give a second. And then you see after a second a very sleepy, bleary-eyed Wansuk rolling out in a wheelchair.
Oh. Oh, now everything is clicking in.
Oh, I didn't know we had company. Hello.
Yes. The most unusual company. Hagen has sent us on an important death-defying mission. And your friend here, he gestures over to the very inebriated Charlotte, thinks that you would find this humorous somehow.
Hey, you know that young girl, Sophie Clay in those movies? Yes, Charlotte, I know. She's been kidnapped by Cyber 6.
No, not
No.
by Cyber 6. By the race of Cyber 6. Cyber 6 is also kidnapped as well.
Wansuk raises an eyebrow. I was unaware we knew where he was from.
That
found
is
out.
why, yeah, and that's why we're here, and why official Corsair's ship, or even fleet, or the government of Zebron itself isn't intervening. They're concerned of sparking an intergalactic incident with a newly discovered or newly contacted race of people. So, this obviously is extremely unofficial as well, but I figured you'd put that together with us showing in the middle of the night, perfect strangers and all that.
Yes, I can see. That's definitely a horrible situation you find yourselves in.
Yeah.
How do you know Admiral Hagen, if you don't mind me asking?
We did him some favors, and now he's doing us some favors back.
I see. And we're those favors.
Yeah, you're one of them, for sure, definitely. Also, we know Admiral Hagen because if it wasn't for our own adventurous proclivities, we ourselves might be in Corsair's uniforms as well, although probably a slightly better armed. But due to our roguish ways, we assist the Corsairs, and they assist us.
Ah, I see.
I don't know. So many different civilizations have terms for Black Ops, Shadow Council, Sector 13. It goes on and on and on. But suffice to say, we're allies to the Corsairs, and therefore have come to the.
Inferno, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think you cut off just the very last bit of your word. I got everything.
And we came to you for help.
Yeah. All right. She nods and she goes, I see. Well, First of all, excuse my friend there. She's a lot better than she looks at the moment.
Oh, Xavier says, well, that's good to hear because, frankly, the very fact that she can't retain basic details shakes my confidence in her ability.
Charlotte sits on the couch and she says, "What are you talking about? I'm drink when I better."
Yeah.
And she,
It
like,
is 3 in the morning.
Wansuk just rolls for her and goes, "That's right, dear. Look, if Hagen sent you, then I will do whatever we can to help you. And I'm sure she'll agree too. She loves lost causes, and it would be good for us to go on some sort of mission for once."
So, I know this might not be the time or the place, but frankly, considering the importance of the mission, I don't believe. Sometimes I mince words, sometimes I don't. Considering that we would be utilizing your ship, we have a ship of our own, but I hear Corsair ships are something else. And we would be relying on you for your expertise and assistance, and heck, our lives very much might depend on the both of you. What happened that what happened to your last crew, and how will that not happen again?
Charlotte sits up and she looks at you, Xavier, for the first time coherently. Like,
Oh,
she's there. She's not glassed over.
uh-oh. This is giving me one of two things. Please continue.
And she says, "You said you're like some sort of shadow op?"
Yeah.
We went
Yep.
on a shadow op once ourselves. Do you know Corsairs go rogue sometimes? They don't like to make that public, but it happens.
Mhm.
Like that fucking Simon guy.
Yeah, we know about him too, yeah?
Well, group of Corsairs, one of the best, went rogue,
Mm-hmm.
stole a bunch of secrets, and our group was tasked with a shadow op to take them down. Quiet, like, you don't want word getting out that Corsairs are taking down Corsairs. It's
Mhm.
bad for everything. Well, I was cocky, best at my job, thought that made me invulnerable. Tracked them down to a planet, and they were waiting for us. They knew we were coming, knew our tactics, knew everything about our little group. Me and 4 others, not including Wansuk here, I guess 5 others. Sorry, I've been drinking a little bit. We were ambushed. Didn't stand a chance. Wansuk carried my unconscious, bleeding body back to the ship, trying to get out of there, just to find out that while we were gone, they mined our ship, and it blew up right in front of us. So, answer your question well enough, Xavier?
Hello?
Can you not hear me?
Hello.
Did you guys not hear any of that?
I heard that.
you.
Okay.
Inferno?
Right. Oh no. Inferno.
So close, but so far.
God damn it.
Do, 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 do.
I typed down
Hello?
in the.
Oh,
There
hey.
we
go.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, sorry.
Hey, did you
I
hear?
got
Did you
it.
miss it? What'd you miss?
I heard up to the point of being mined and then blank.
Then the ship blew up right in front of them. Wansuk got injured from it, which is why she's in her current state.
Got ya.
And then she says, "Is that enough for you, Xavier?"
Yeah, that's enough. And I can say we've also had our dealings with Simon as well. In fact, we're still trying to clean up a big mess that he left us. But that doesn't get our friends back right now.
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't Simon though. They're all assholes, if you ask me. There's another group that's still out there somewhere.
Ah, I see. Well, my sympathies. I imagine it would be rough, but I guess as long as you know the stakes of this, we're not your dearest friends, but we are people who are going to rely on you. So it sounds like you're in. Mm-hmm.
I'm in, she says, and her eyes kind of glaze back over. Just so that when we save that smug cyber bastard's butt, he'll know that me, the dropout. that
Okay,
he said I
spite's a
was
good
gonna
reason
be.
too. Spite works.
She
Spite
just
works.
nods. No, I saved him. I'm on board.
Oh.
And Wansuk says, right, of course. We'll help you any way we can. We have to let you know, though, our ship... How familiar are you with Corsair ships?
Not at all.
Never been on one.
I see. Well, the ship, the core of the ship, is a living creature that is born and grown, and then the ship is kind of built within and over it.
Oh, that's right. We were on Cyber 6's ship for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
You did mention something like that.
And
Continue.
it's saying to Lucas.
Oh yeah, he sang back.
She goes, our ship, well, the core of it was killed in the explosion. The ship is spaceworthy again, and still a good ship, definitely, but without its core, it's not what it could have been. I just wanted to let you know, because you were saying that, we had our Corsair ship. Well, it's not as good as some Corsair ships. Not anymore.
Well, we need power, and ship is power.
Well, it still has that, that's for sure.
Do you have a pilot?
She looks down at her legs. Well, I'm good at that. Probably not much else I'm good at the moment. I mean, usually rescuing people involves a lot of running, screaming, shouting. Not exactly my forte.
Yeah, pilots are useful.
So, when are we going? Hopefully enough time to sober her up. She'll nod to Charlotte. And then she'll look at Xavier, Anna, and like with her hand up. She really is fine when she's sober.
All right. Well, then perhaps we need to get some rest ourselves. But we have to meet with Hagen and a few other folks. After that, should we come back here and we can solidify a plan?
Sounds good. Yeah. Just here, and she'll type in a comm frequency for you to reach her over the extranet.
Okay. All right. We'll be in touch.
Right. Well, to impossible causes and suicide missions.
We've been getting a lot of those, Xavier. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of those lately. And we're still alive, so I guess it's not too suicidal.
She nods.
It's
Charlotte's
well,
asleep. She nods, and she'll show you guys out as Charlotte's just out on the couch. And
sounds good.
And she'll say, I'm not exactly sure what his reasonings were for Admiral Hagen sending you here, but and I know that we haven't left the best first impression, but promise you, if we're on board, we're on 100%. Even her.
Good. Thank you.
And with that, she'll nod and close the door.
Groovy.
All right. Ladies and gents, where to next?
I'm assuming
Ed.
rest and yeah, I'm assuming just rest until the morning when we can deliver the Princess Sleepy Pie there to the scientists.
Okay, sure.
Squee.
Mm-hmm.
We're going back to the ship. I'm pretty sure, right, guys?
Yeah, I don't want to sleep anywhere else, honestly.
Okay. I'm not gonna sleep.
I understand.
Isaac is
Are you
going
gonna
to
play cards?
No, he's gonna try and make sure that he's busy. It's gonna be hard for him to sleep otherwise. So I want to look into repairing the unicorn horn. If it's destroyed, if it's not, whatever.
Sure, absolutely. First things first, I'll let you know. So if you're not gonna get any sleep at all, just for the foreseeable future until you do get some rest, it'll be a minus 10 to your skill checks and a minus
that's
2 to like any combat rolls or whatnot. Just
That's cool.
mark it down just in case.
Fatigue, good old fashioned
yeah.
fatigue.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Get up on the second chance. Roll me an electrical engineering check, please. Unless you want to use like telekinetics or something.
Telemechanics? I'll use telemechanics.
Yeah, telemechanics. All right, use telemechanics. Go ahead and roll. I believe that's like a high chance, but you still a chance, right?
Yeah, let me double check that really quick. It'll take a couple minutes. Sorry.
It's fine. I believe it allows you to do like mechanical operations at a extremely high.
88%. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead and
So
roll
this
that
is
for me,
including the
please.
minus 10, or
Yes, this would be including the minus 10.
okay, then that is going to be 78%. I got 73.
Right. Get it. Well done. All right. It's certainly repairable. Basically, the the overload blew out the circuits. The antenna itself is intact. It's a bit singed. That's about it.
Mhm.
The circuits inside it are shot. They'll need to be replaced or resoldered and repaired. So there's two options that you're fairly confident of. You can do it yourself with a successful check. Of course, there's always a chance that you just won't be able to fix it, but you know at least enough to attempt it. Or you can go to a Naruni shop, which, believe it or not, still exists 500 years from now, and see if they can repair it.
He'll do it himself.
But it's definitely fixable. All right. Okay, perfect. So, you know what? Sure. Let's say you're working on that, right?
Mhm.
Roll me an electrical engineering check, please.
You
if
mean
telemechanics
mechanical?
gives you any bonus to that. I'm sorry.
Mechanical engineering or electrical engineering?
No, electrical, because this is the mechanics aren't damaged. The electrical circuits are. It was blown out.
I don't have electrical engineering. I have basic electronics, though.
All right. Tell you what, then roll me two things. Roll me basic electronics and roll general engineer. General mechanics?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Roll me those two.
Any penalties?
For now, just the minus 10.
Okay.
Actually, no. Make it a minus 20 because it's a complex device.
Okay. Then the first one is this. I succeed.
Okay.
Second one is this. I don't succeed on the general mechanics.
What was the first one?
The first one,
the first one was
basic electronics.
Got it. All right. So you're able to clear out the bad electronics, and you have the spare parts to or you find what you need to do is you obviously you don't have a spare Naruni radar here, but you clear out the bad circuits and begin to solder new ones on and repair the broken bridges and all that. You get that part done, no problem. The issue comes in putting it back together, because you had to resolder things, because you had to do a little bit of MacGyvering with this device. You're having enormous difficulty getting it put together properly. So for the time being, it's not functioning. You're going to have to get help or find a time to work on it at a later point.
Okay. Sounds good.
Right. So it's but you made progress, definitely. You were able to clean out and repair the insides.
Cool.
All right, and we'll say that took you the 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And when the rest of you get up, after not too long a sleep, about 6 hours, enough to keep you from being totally exhausted, you'll find Isaac on the top of your ship. Oh, by the way, I should point out, Xavier, at some point, I assume either after you went to bed or before, you'd have to use the restroom.
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. Okay. Lay it on me.
When you go into the restroom, you see a constructed and actually well-crafted window that looks more like a portal. And you look at it first and think maybe it's like a video or something, but no, it's real.
Hologram.
You're looking into what looks like a tropical shallow ocean with coral reefs and fishes and things of that nature swimming back and forth.
Sorry, I was like, and I pissed into the ocean. No, just kidding. No, Xavier will be like, it'll be bleary-eyed. He'll be like, huh. And he'll put that in his mental Rolodex to ask about. But he does know that the last thing he needs to do is to go buy any more magic portal doodads over what his recent experiences are. So he's gonna do his business. He's not even gonna try to look at the thing because God knows what he's gonna do to activate it. And he's gonna go back to bed.
All right. So, to move things along, unless there's anything anyone would like to do at the moment.
No, I'm good.
Sleep.
Okay. So you guys get enough sleep, and then you bring Princess Doodad and the Cyber 4X102 to the agreed research facility, which is a very highly advanced research facility. You actually have to get like a bigger transportation vehicle so that you can fit the sleep pod in there. But you get through the not going to bog things down with the details. You get them there. You meet a group of scientists that are highly excited to not only meet a cyber unit, one of them even commenting that they've never seen a cyber unit outside of their exoskeleton. Because Cyber 6, you've always seen him wearing an exoskeleton, like a combat suit. You've never seen him like she is, where it's just her frame. And they basically spend a couple hours. They 2x10 11 nervously, but 2x10 2, sorry, nervously, but agrees to be. Yes, go ahead, Lucas. Sorry. Excuse me. Wow. Lucas, you're muted, buddy.
Lucas would actually fairly closely to insistent upon coming with this to escort this and stay with whatever sort of procedures that may happen.
She pretty much insists upon it too. So they definitely let you stay there. And with Lucas's presence, she allows herself to be put into like a sleep mode so that they can open her up. Also, Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to need at least your consulting, because you're the only one here at the moment that has spent time working on or diving into a cyber unit.
Oh, good. With very little to no sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He'll do his best with as much energy drink / coffee as he can muster.
Got it. Luckily, there's no real. Well, I mean, there's got to be a skill check involved here. I'm not exactly sure what it would be. I would just do general mechanics because they're opening her up to get to the biotic part.
Yeah. Okay.
Biological part. Sorry.
Yeah. And I only have that -10, correct?
Correct.
54 out of 59.
Okay.
I do it
You
barely.
yeah, there are a few moments where you're like, that one. No, wait. I'm sorry. That one, you know? But you manage to guide them through it, and they get to the organic part, take a biopsy, and then it actually takes them about actually, Xavier and Anna, if you could please roll me a what is it?
Piloting check.
No. Cryptology, actually.
I can
Okay.
do that.
Bonus penalties.
Nope.
That succeeds by 30.
Okay.
Okay, and I have a 70. No, I have an 80 now. Okay.
This is harder than normal, but you are being helped by researchers, so I'm saying they offset each other. So
What
just
do
no
you-
penalty.
And I succeed by 55.
Okay. That's really good. It takes about half an hour or so of you working with two of the researchers to figure out the correct sequence to deactivate the sleep pod without hurting the young individual inside. So you work with them. Basically, they get in there and say, okay, hey, here's the encrypted code, and then you work with them to decrypt it and say, okay, it's these 6 numbers in this order, and you're able to enter in the correct sequence and get her out of the pod. After about 4 hours or so of examining, they take biopsies from both of them. They one of the scientists comes out and he says, well, we don't know anything for sure yet, but we're very hopeful, and it's a very nasty genetic disorder. It would seem that, well, all the signs point towards it being an inbreeding problem. Perhaps they just reuse the same genetic material too often, and small issues compounded into larger issues to form a genetic disorder that I'm afraid kills them quite unconditionally eventually. But the good news is that with a fresh injection of DNA, such as from the young lady you brought in, we should be able to correct the malformities. And then it's just a simple matter of gene therapy to add the corrected genes, and there you go. We're not certain exactly, but we have a hopeful estimate of perhaps 2 weeks.
Not the best, not the worst.
I mean, if time isn't an issue, then that should be more than fine, right?
I guess.
More personal stress
there we
than
go.
anything, but
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
we heard you. We heard you, buddy.
Yeah, we
Oh,
heard
you
you.
did? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. I guess that'll have to make do. I guess I can work on that that project with Rile.
also gives the fundraiser a bit more time to collect money.
Oh, which, by the way, I should add, it's at 42.3 million right now.
Okay.
So before we close the session, I'm just going to explain this little part. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this now. Someone roll me a d6 plus. I'm sorry, a d4 plus 4.
6.
Okay. The campaign over the course of like a week that it's will earn you 60 million clicks. As Sophie Clay, the true name of Heart, turns out to be still incredibly popular, and, you know, captured by terrorists tends to pull on heartstrings. And you're not dealing with Zebron. You're dealing with not even the Commonwealth. You're dealing with the 3 galaxies.
Oh.
Yeah. This isn't just a collection plate on Zebron. This is a galactic community donating, which is why you're looking at such high numbers. However, by the legal wording of this, basically that 60 million has to be invested in this rescue attempt. All of it has to be put into. Now, that could mean upgrades to the ship that you think you might need. That could mean hiring mercenaries, could mean anything you want it to mean. It could mean helping Isaac make armor for Rile if you think you're going to use them. But the idea of it is that money is not to be nest egged. It's to be used for the trip back towards the Cyber Conclave. Make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is before we pull any leverage with politicians, possibly?
Correct. We
Depending on
haven't
how
done
all
anything
that
of that
works?
nature yet.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I got plans for that.
So we'll end the session here if everyone's okay with that. I think this is a good time to
Okay.
stop. Give you guys a week to kind of figure out what you might
Yeah.
want to do, what your plans are to use for the next 2 weeks. And then we'll pick up this session next week.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week, Wednesday. Don't forget to check out our other session, Riffs, every Sunday. Ta-ta.
And apparently Corsairs, whenever that comes out, since that's being referred to.
All right, take care, everyone.
True.
Bye!
Bye.